The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm in a bad mood. You got fanboys crying that Twilight is the next Dark Knight. You got fanboys throwing stones at Game of Thrones. Me? My fucking car was in an accident the other day. I wasn't even in the motherfucker. But I ain't got time for this. Let's get down to business. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 356 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous talk radio show. It is recorded in front of an undead studio audience at Castle Wolfenstein. We discuss at least one film a week, we argue, we make fun of each other, and we hope to make you laugh. And some hosts get a new chair this week.
Oh.
Even though they didn't deserve it.
Hey, yes, he did.
Why didn't he deserve it?
Yeah.
Because, well, what are the odds that he's going to be sitting in that chair for as long as he should be?
Well, he
sitting
needs
in
an
that chair?
intermission.
Yeah.
Fuck his intermission.
What are you talking about?
I need my cigarette break. I know it's only 2 and 2, but I'll be back in 5.
Well, yeah, things take as long as they take. But I think the moral of the story is your boy Raven Shadow's got a new chair. It's like I'm sitting on clouds. Like I feel like there's a couple of Care Bears should be next to me. Should be nice.
Yeah. And how soon will it be before it starts smelling of old Chesterfields?
Just give it to the first intermission.
Yeah, this is natural. This is natural leather, man. This is very absorbent. This is like
It's not natural leather.
There's no leather in that chair.
This looks
You
like
out of your
leather.
mind?
What is this?
That's plastic.
This is plastic.
Or vinyl.
Well, vinyl's very absorbent, and it repels.
If it's one thing that
You
vinyl
repel
is
us.
not, it's absorbent.
Well, what do I know about vinyl?
Nothing, apparently.
nothing.
Or records. You know, I got some vinyl
Records.
pants. Records.
Yeah.
Records.
Yeah, you know what happens when you pour water on a record? It rolls off.
Okay, good. Is that like what happens when a fucking toe gets struck by lightning?
That's right. See, you don't need Bill Nye here. I could give you science, buddy.
Nice, yeah.
Vinyl records.
This is exciting, Johnny.
Did you ever? Now, I mean, now that I think about it, you're bringing up records. Did you ever piss through a 45?
What the fuck?
Like wrap it around your dick and just go pee?
No, I've done a lot of fucked up things.
That's not one of them?
Yeah, no, it's on the list now. I mean,
That'd be fun. What a funny visual that would be.
Well, I'm guessing you did that because it popped in your head.
yeah, it's fucking weird. It's some insight.
I've never done that. Look, I've stuck my dick in a lot of things, but a record is not one of them.
Neither was a woman.
Wow.
Couple of glory.
He has the chair
All
and
right.
he just owned you.
All right, so I'm not that much of a freak.
He just wrecked you.
I don't give a shit.
And he's got the new chair. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, when he goes for his smoke, let's see if he still has it.
Taking it with me. Aries, build a ramp, please.
Good luck on the stairs.
You will fall with that chair.
That's premium content.
Got to record it.
Oh man, this is exciting. It's exciting, Johnny.
What's exciting is what's up for tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to be talking about a film called Slaughterhouse Rules.
Mm.
Rules with a Z.
Yes.
And it is a new to VOD film. And it stars Margot Robbie.
Yeah, well,
she's top billed.
How she gets top billing beats the hell out of
Probably
me.
because she's the biggest star.
Let's slow it down, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Yep.
And a whole host of other folks, but those are the ones that you know. And it's a horror comedy. We'll be talking about that this evening. And then after that, we didn't have like a normal format for the second segment after that, but we'll just kind of shoot the shit. If people have voicemail, feedback, questions, I don't know if you have any burning questions that you've been dying to ask, feel free to send us a voicemail or an email. We do have, we do have a few already. So if folks want to get them in, if they're listening live, feel free. There's still some more time. And also, we have an announcement.
Do we?
An appearance. Oh. We're going to be making an appearance
We are.
You guys want to talk about that now?
Yeah, let's
Why not?
whip it out.
Whoa. And your new chair?
Yeah, ooh, this is fucking. You want to sit up?
Don't
sit
start
with me?
staining the chair now.
No, what's awesome is that Johnny and I have the same chair. We are totally chair buddies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we are in the chair club.
I'm just noticing that chair's like screen-like. Don't piss through it.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. You better not.
No, well listen. Don't
You
put a
kinda-
window in front of it.
Kind of blends into the chair, actually,
I
with
am
the
the
striped
chair.
shirt and the striped mesh backing.
Yeah, it's my natural camouflage. You can't see me.
And when you
That's
smoke,
because you're
it'll be
standing me on a
smooth.
microphone stand.
That's funny because I'm skinny.
So we actually weren't planning on doing this, but we mentioned last week that we were nominated for a podcast award at Scaricon, which is cool. And so they're having the podcast awards on Sunday, June 9th. And it just so happens that we were able to work things out with Scaricon, and we're actually going to be appearing all weekend. So we will be in the vendor section for the weekend of Scaricon. It's going to be in Framingham, Massachusetts, right in the heart of the Commonwealth, right, Raven Shadow?
Oh, right in the main artery.
It's kind of the jugular.
Do hearts have jugulars? I'm not sure.
Well, if we were going with the neck analogy, I guess.
Oh, fair. Neck bone and backbone. Heart, the juggalo.
Oh, boy. So I actually, let me go ahead and read the guests. I want to see if you guys are excited about any of these guests. Have you guys even looked at the list?
I have several times to see if there are any updates.
Were you
So-
masturbating while you were doing it?
Before, during, and after.
So it is, there's 14 days and 23 hours until Scaricon New England. It's June 7th through the 9th in Framingham, Massachusetts. It's the Sheridan Hotel. That's
Yeah.
it.
It's where they have the Boston Super Mega Fest. So they picked a prime location.
All right.
They picked a good spot.
The headliner, I think, at least he's got top billing. Your fucking boy, Raven
I
Shadow.
fucking love me, this dude. I'm going to kiss him on the mouth.
You
You're
sure
gonna,
he's going to be
you're gonna
okay with
slam
that?
evil with this dude?
Yeah, oh, slam something.
Whoa.
Evil's his buttocks. No, that's weird. I know. He's all man. That's fine. I'm just having fun with you, Billy Zane. Oh, I gave it away. I guess I did, right?
Oh, yeah, big surprise. So, yes, it is Billy Zane, the man from Demon Knight. He was in Back to the Future.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was in Back to the Future.
Was he one of the
He's one of Biff's.
Yeah,
Biff's
okay,
cronies.
that's what I figured.
But that shouldn't get fucking a poster. I mean,
No.
He was in fucking Titanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should get a poster.
Yeah, you
You
would
know?
think. huh?
Well, more so Back to
Oh.
the Future for this con.
He was in
Sure,
fucking
sure.
Tombstone.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yeah.
That's a fucking movie.
Billy
In-
Zane. We got
In the membrane.
Cassandra Peterson.
Oh.
You excited about that, MZ?
A.K.A. Elvira.
Let me tell you something. I've never met Cassandra Peterson or Elvira, but you know what? I would rather meet Cassandra Peterson than Elvira.
Oh, so does that mean that she's not going to have the getup on?
I don't think. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think because normally
Because she's being billed as Cassandra
Yeah.
Peterson. So
if she gets billed as Elvira, well, if she shows up as Elvira, she usually gets billed as Elvira. So.
yeah.
Oh.
And personally, I would rather meet Cassandra Peterson.
You like redheads better?
You know it, buddy.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah, you
redheads
do.
are at the top of my list, pal.
A lot next to brunettes, blondes, gray,
Brunettes and blondes, especially blondes, are vastly,
anyone with hair.
Are
That's going to be a horrible list. of
Blonde.
scary things. I don't know what's going to happen
look.
on
All
that
hair
list.
color is fine, but
Yeah.
I love redheads the best, and blondes are viciously overrated.
Wow.
viciously overrated.
Oh, they are viciously overrated.
Who's overrating blondes?
Well, the media overrates blondes.
Wait,
The media,
Oh,
TV shows overrates blondes, especially back in the '80s. Say like a show like Three's Company. Whenever they would have like a blonde on the show, they would, no matter what she looked like facially,
Shut up,
so long
MZ.
as she had blonde hair.
let's
she was
go to
hot.
Raven Shadow. What's in the news, Raven Shadow?
Thank you, Johnny. I am down here in San Diego on the beach, and there are just blondes everywhere. And all the reports I'm getting is they are viciously overrated.
They are.
They're not even people. They should really be neutered and put down like dogs. Monster Zero is correct. Please, ladies, shave your heads. Please shave your heads.
Now,
now.
that's not a bad look either. I don't mind the shaved head look either.
Up to you, Johnny.
So you don't even need hair, is what you're
No,
saying.
I mean like on the side, if you shave it down bald on the side. I know a couple of girls who do that, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're in the fucking ward in the back on the downstairs floor.
Oh man! All right, so who else we got? We got Heather Langenkamp.
Nice.
We have Terry Kaiser.
That is the guy I want to meet. That is the man.
If we don't get a picture with him like pretending to be a dead Bernie, we have fucked up. That
We
weekend.
fucked up and lost. That's
Yeah.
the only reason I want to go to this fucking thing.
The
We need
guy's
that.
got to be in his 70s or close to 80 by now. I don't know how old he is.
If he has to do that, right?
I don't know.
He's got. I
We'll
mean,
find
if fucking Tim does the thing with the saxophone, he's got to do the Bernie thing, right?
You would think so.
Aries, make him do the Bernie thing.
Make it do the Bernie
Wow.
thing.
Ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, but he just says no.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Nice.
When we meet him, he's 79.
Shit, better go fucking early.
This picture this picture was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
No
he's
one
70
sneak up on him.
He's 79 right now.
Also-
he turns 80 August 1st.
Also, you might get a chance to meet Art the Clown, MZ.
That's awesome.
David Howard Thornton, who portrays Art the Clown in Terrifier.
David Howard Thornton Hyde Pierce.
Damian Leone, who is the director of Terrifier.
Mm.
Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nice.
Amanda Weiss, also from Nightmare on Elm Street. Kate Hodge from Leatherface.
Yes.
Leather balls.
Who I really expected to have a better horror career. I really did expect her to have a big horror career. She didn't.
Tell
I
him
don't
that.
know why. For some reason, I just like the name Kate Hodge. It just has a good. Listen, look at Nubby Top over here laughing his ass off.
You know what a
I
problem?
just like that name, Kate Hodge.
Yeah.
That's your
No,
that's your
because
statement.
it just has a good ring to it, and it sounds like a good horror name. you
So does
know?
Monster Zero.
And I just figured she would have had a bigger career.
You know what a problem is? She's not a redhead.
Yeah.
She was a redhead, and career would have skyrocketed.
Kind of blonde too.
Or if she shaved the side of her head.
Yeah.
We also
that
have
could have helped.
Daniel Basutti, who was in some of the Insidious films and Curse of Chucky.
Mhm.
We saw Curse of Chucky. I don't remember her.
I don't remember Curse of Chucky.
Yeah, it's true. It's no reason to. Your girl, MZ, Melissa Rose
Yes.
from Sleepaway Camp.
Hey now.
And there's going to be a Phantasm 40th anniversary reunion,
Oh shit.
including Reggie Bannister.
Why does go back to that other picture? Yeah. Why does Reggie Bannister look like Clint Howard with a?
He does, yeah. He does. He really does.
What's going on there? It's like Reggie Bannister merged with Clint Howard, and you got that.
He's still a little bit more handsome, I think.
Not fair.
Also, A. Michael Baldwin, Don Coscarelli, the director,
He's cool. I would love to meet him.
Bill Thornberry, and Kat Lester. Oh, and Gigi Bannister as well. And apparently more coming soon. So that's who's mentioned. I don't know if they list the vendors. I'm actually curious to see if they list.
But you want to meet Billy Zane, huh, Raven Shadow?
I would like. I mean, it would be cool, but I mean, I think it'd be more epic to get something with
Kaiser.
Bernie. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Kaiser. He's at the top of the list, man.
Yeah.
So it should be fun. We're going to have the table there all weekend long. I believe we'll do all 3 days. We're still waiting a confirmation for the Friday to make sure, that we're all available. So pretty sure we will be, though. And we'll do the 7th, 8th, and 9th at Scaricon. So if you're in the area, come by and say hello. And then also there's going to be a popular vote for Best Podcast. So we will bribe you to vote for us. So
Yes.
come by the table, and
Yes.
we'll bribe you with
Candy.
hugs. Oh, you committing to getting candy right now?
You got this.
You got it.
You said candy, so
Yeah,
you're bringing candy.
You're bringing
Yep.
candy.
Okay, I'll bring the candy.
No cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Smarties because no one's gonna
Full
fucking bar-
bars.
no
Full
one's-
bars. How's that sound?
Like a full bar.
full
you-
bars.
A full bar. He's going to break it up and give it little pieces to everyone as they come by.
Yeah.
Says the guy who is going to have trouble helping to pay for everything.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, Johnny.
Full bars.
Yeah, you need a fucking Patreon to get in.
So it should be a good time. Scaricon, if anyone's going to be there, drop us a line, swing by, come by, say hello. I believe some of our friends are going to be there. I do know the Throwdown Thursday podcast that records here in Castle Wolfenstein will be there as well. And let me see, let me take a look at the celebrity judges.
Oh, celebrities, and Marion in the chat room says she will vote early and vote often.
Porno
Like that.
stars.
Down the middle, yeah. Are there any porno stars coming?
I don't know.
Well, I'll be there.
Perfect. Yeah.
No. Not wannabe porn stars. So let me see who the judges are. The judges are our buddies from the Dorkening, Leo and Kevin
Nice.
are on
Okay.
the panel for judges.
All right, we could
Phil,
bribe them.
Phil from Dark Discussions.
Nice.
All right, we know him. We could bribe him.
We don't know Crest Winchester.
And we'll have to work on him.
Jessica Cameron. I don't know if she's actually going to be there, but she's a judge.
Yeah, she
We
was
had
I
her
would
on
think she would have to be there if she's a judge.
We had her on the show way back in the day.
Yeah.
I still want to see Truth or Dare.
I think it literally just got a release now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Garrow, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Nigogosian, I think.
Yes.
And he's a local filmmaker, and he actually knows my brother Psycho Patrick. Used to work at the Postal store with him. So
shit.
I don't know if Garrow knows that that I do the show, but I do know Garrow, sort of. Natasha from Fangoria, who we've interacted with a little bit here and there, and then J.V. Johnson, who is the creator of Scarecon, and we did have on the show a few years ago.
That.
Yes.
So good panel of judges, and so
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting and fun.
So we're up for best long form podcast, and then also best podcast of 2019.
We're not the funniest, huh?
Nope.
No.
Not the most humorous.
Nope, we suck.
So and apparently there's some prizes. I don't know what. I guess they said up to $1,000 value in prizes. So I don't know if that's spread across all of the of the categories, or if it's for the best podcast overall. But winners also get like a little kind of like plaque thingy, I guess. So
That's cool.
yeah. So looking forward to it. Should be fun. If anyone's in the area, please stop by and hang out with us at Scarecon. And Raven Show, are you going to bring the battle pack? Maybe people can get their picture taken with it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm bringing some. I'm gonna be like fucking Gallagher, like fucking Carrot Top. I have props, all kinds of stuff.
What else
You
is-
can bring fruit, hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
bring
what
some
else
fruit.
are you bringing?
I'll bring a couple of grapes.
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 Couple
You
of
going to
grapes.
feed them to people?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Are you bringing 8x10s? You're bringing the new...
I'm bringing 8x10s.
I doubt it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bring them.
Do you have them?
Not on me, but I know where to get them.
The new
You're
golden...
not bringing them.
The
I'm gonna
golden,
bring 'em.
the golden pillow ones?
The golden pillow ones. I got some ones.
gonna
of,
bring Ollie?
Of all of us. Oh yeah, Ollie wouldn't do well there. He don't like. He don't like people. He
Neither would Ozzy. He would
yeah,
try
he
to
would-
kiss everyone.
Ozzy would get pissed really quick. But no, I'm excited.
Yeah, should be a fun time. You looking forward to it, MZ?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
I can't wait. I'm always excited for a con. I can't wait.
So I think what we'll do also is I think we'll capture some audio, maybe even some video, and maybe that could be some Patreon stuff.
Oh.
Which leads me to my next thing. Segue. And our Patreon. We've had a couple more. Crap! I forgot to send you stuff, Raven Shadow, so we could do the Patreon stuff.
Yeah. How does it? How do you like it? Waiting for stuff that never shows up, huh?
What are you talking
Kind
about?
of sucks, doesn't it?
Oh, listen, a little bit.
Right, Corny? Wherever you are, buddy.
Oh, he doesn't care
Who?
if I send you the Patreon names or whatever. You don't care.
You can.
No, I'm saying you don't care that I didn't.
I didn't know you were. Are you really gonna do that? No. I'm ready. I know. I trust you're a busy guy, Johnny. You do a lot of producing. I know
I
that.
do a lot more than that.
Well, yeah,
these
no,
days.
but I mean, producing's like a broad term. It's like it covers like all the things you do.
Looking
but-
for a fucking job. That's what I'm
Well, yeah,
doing.
it's fair. Well, you try to produce some income.
Yeah, exactly.
I dig it. No, you're a really good guy. I give you a job.
You give me a job?
Yeah. Like mowing lawns.
No.
Shit.
How much does it pay?
About $6 a week.
Nope.
No, I can't. I
It'll
can't afford
cost
it.
me more gas to get to your place.
That's fair. If I could hire you, I would.
I appreciate that.
Just be Johnny in my house.
So we had, oh man, it doesn't list by most recent. So let me just see if I can check who the most recent ones are. and I cannot, so I'll look it up in email. But we did get some new patrons this week, so we do appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And let me find that.
That's awesome.
Go to Patreon here. The last ones were Corrupted Michael. I don't know who Corrupted Michael is,
I
but
like him already.
yeah, but we appreciate it, bud.
Thank you, Captain Michael.
And let me see. Corrupted Michael is in Dear God, Yes.
Oh.
Damn.
Dear God, Yes.
Big ups yourself,
Yeah.
sir.
Big ups, Corrupted
Look
Michael.
at that.
Thank you, pal.
Also in the Dear God, Yes.
What?
Drive Jacket Mark.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good to hear from you, buddy.
So we appreciate that. And then
Thank you.
also
He's been saving all that money closing the doors now that he's not letting the heat out. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And then also in the helping keep the lights on tier is our boy JB.
Oh, he's my boy right
Wow.
there.
JB, who does what's the show called again?
Oh,
Raven
I'm
Shadow?
glad you asked. It's called fucking Tales from the Podcast.
Fucking
It's-
Tales from the Podcast.
Well, I'm paraphrasing that part, but no, the
Oh,
correct term is
Jesus.
Tales from the Podcast. And it's pretty dope. It's every week, every 2 weeks it drops, but they do a deep dive into an episode of Tales from the Crypt, the legendary HBO show. And they also juxtapose that with the original discussion about the EC comic that inspired it. And JB's got some knowledge about the old pre-code Gaines horror bags.
When is your episode going to drop?
Good fucking question, Johnny. Not soon enough's the right answer. But no, episode 2 dropped, I want to say, last week. And your boy's going to be on episode 6. which
All
is
right, so we
the-
got a little ways to go here.
You got to wait for it. You got to wait for it. But it's the final episode of season 1. Season 1 was only 6 fucking
Oh.
episodes.
Well, hey, the final season of Game of Thrones was 6 episodes.
Oh, people are fucking pissed about that. They're fucking up in arms. But yeah, true. But there's a lot of content. There was a lot of content, right? It was longer.
Yeah, most of the episodes were between an hour and 80 minutes, I believe.
That's cool.
So little movies. All right, so that means right now we've surpassed our first goal on Patreon. Smash that in a week. We're now on to the second goal, and we are 75% of the way there.
Bitch.
I would love to see this goal hit before the end of the month.
Oh man.
So it is now, as of recording, the 22nd of May, and there's 8 days. Wait, is that right? Is there 31 days in? Yeah, so there's 9 days. Sorry. There's 9 days left in May for our little contest that we're running. For everybody that signs up to be a Patreon supporter in May. So you have to do this in the next 9 days before the end of May. So basically what we'll do is we'll end it at 11:59 p.m. May 31st Eastern Standard Time. So let's go with that. So everyone that gets in on Patreon at before then gets entered into a contest to win a trick or treat prize box. And still TBD what we're going to include, but we're going to have some exclusive stuff. Stuff that's never been available, and also we'll probably pick up some stuff at ScareCon is my guess. So we'll look for some goodies. So everyone that gets in, if you get in on the $2 tier, you get 2 entries. If you get in on the $5 tier, you get 5 entries. So the higher up you go, the more entries you get. And once again, it doesn't charge you until June 1st. So if you guys are on the fence, you don't get paid until the 1st, or you don't have enough money towards the end of the month here. If you sign up now, you won't get charged until the 1st. So, you don't have to wait for the paycheck to come on Friday or whatever. It'll come out on the 1st. And you can do whatever tier you want. $2, $5, $10, and up from there. So any help you guys can provide would be most appreciated. And we're planning out our content. We're going to do something for the beginning of June. So we'll have something ready to go hopefully in the first week of June, and then we're going to do film and record some stuff at ScareCon, and then that stuff will probably just be Patreon exclusive. So if you guys want to get in on that, definitely get in on the Patreon. So go to patreon.com/trickortreatradio. We'd appreciate it. So we've talked about what we're doing. We've talked about our Patreon. Raven Shadow's got a new chair. Anything else new this week?
My fucking car was hit. I wasn't joking
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. I wanted to ask about that. What's the deal?
So I fucking last Friday, I left work. I'm going to the package store in center of town. It's nice. So I go in, and it's a fucking busy parking lot. I park behind the truck. I go in, doing my order, and then the kid behind the counter, he's like looking to the right. I'm like,
Yep.
what's up? Is a security camera there? And he goes, oh, man, someone got hit. I'm like, oh, that's bad. And like, yeah, some little black car. I'm like, wait, little black car.
You're like, oh boy.
So I go out, and now there's no one's there now, mind you. It's just fucking my car is dented in the front. My fucking tip is all fucked up, and I hate a fucked up tip.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm pissed that she's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Hit and run. So we're looking at the security camera, and sure as shit, you can see a woman in a Patriot Jeep back up, hit my car. Meanwhile,
Jesus.
there's like, how long is this, Aries?
How long is this? He's holding his hands
2 feet.
about 2 feet apart. I was just about to say that.
Thank you.
How far is this?
I want
kidding
Aries to
me?
contribute.
You're an idiot.
So 2 feet from the bumper to my car when I pulled behind her.
Teach me to learn.
Teach me how to learn, Johnny. So I back up, and she fucking gets out, looks at the damage, gets back in the car, and drives away.
Oh.
So I go inside. I'm like, she fucking left. So we're looking at the stuff. We can't get her. There's no plate number. I try to ask, well, can you see if she paid by card? Is her name on there? Because it's a towny kind of joint, but no one recognized her. So they know me there. So they had to call the officer to come down. And as we're looking at it, meanwhile, now it's Friday night at a fucking package store. They serve alcohol for those who are in New England. A packy sells beer, wine, and booze. So now, meanwhile, the whole joint is like looking at this movie like fucking Avengers 8 open now. You know what I mean? We're all like gathered
It
around.
made $2 billion on opening night.
That's a fucking Patreon exclusive. 1637
I want to
time.
see your car get hit.
It just fucking pissed me off because I fucking hate that car. And what sucks too, if it was totaled, I'd have fucking bought her a fucking.
I know. I
drink.
was just gonna say, can you convince someone? Can you grease some palms to say it was totaled?
I was hoping, I'm like, this is how it happens. This is gonna be excellent. No, it's just fucking like.
Just drive it off a fucking cliff.
Oh, I'm just thinking about that. That's a fucking. Well, you can't talk about that, Johnny. But, so she hits it and leaves. So we're trying to figure it out. And meanwhile, so as we're looking at this tape, a kid who works at the store, he's like a bar back. He must like carry up the cases and whatnot.
Yeah.
He goes, "Is that the woman?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's my aunt." And I'm like, "Oh, really?"
How's your aunt?
Yeah, fucking fugitive. So then, we go to ask him, like, do you feel, well, the woman who owns the joint says, do you feel comfortable, giving her name? And you can tell the kid's like, I don't feel comfortable even fucking saying what I just said.
Yeah.
Fucking little rat. But anyway, she says, well, maybe you should probably have her come back because the police are on their way.
Right.
So he goes in the back and he texts her. Meanwhile, the cop comes in, and this motherfucker should be Batman because he's built like fucking Kyle Hoytz, the fucking artist. Big bald motherfucker. Yeah. He's Italian. And he had so many fucking vowels in his name. Motherfucker had 2 name tags. It just kept going like I-I-E-E-A-A-I-O-U. Like there's so many fucking, I'm not sure, it wasn't even vowels thrown in. There was like numbers in there. He was so fucking Italian. He was fucking great. So then she comes back.
Officer THX 1138.
Yeah, it was great, yeah. Officer, forget about you. So now, like, I think he kind of wanted to frisk me. Like, he was kind of pissed at, not like in a sexy way, but I think he thought I was the one that hit the person because he didn't like the cut of my jib.
Hope he doesn't find your stim dent.
Yeah, right?
Well, he knows a fellow Italian when he sees one.
Yeah, he thinks of my
Yeah,
son.
yeah, he's like-
this fucking bukiak hit my car and fucking drove away.
Bukiak?
Bukiak.
What's that?
It's a bad word, Johnny.
Sounds Russian.
Nah, it's bukiak. It rhymes with bunt.
Sounds Japanese.
Yeah, but it is.
It's a bad word.
It is. I've seen videos of it. Believe me, you don't want to see
Jesus
it.
Christ. So, like, he takes my license. Now, she pulls over.
Oh, boy.
And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't
hit.
fucking know.
There's no damage to my car. Do you want to see my car?
How did she know there was no damage if she didn't know she hit you?
Right, exactly. I'm like, darling, I'm really not concerned about your car. I'm really concerned about the car here that you fucking hit. And so, officer, forget about you. It comes back over, and he's
Officer,
kind of
shut up in your face.
Shut up in your face. He's kind of annoyed, so he's like, "Hey, listen, it's probably not like more than $1,000 of damage. Can you guys work this out?" And I'm like, "Fucking, yeah, we can work it out."
You're like, hit it harder.
Yeah, I'm like, "Can you fucking do it again
Yeah.
with like more gusto?" So we work it out, and then she's telling me, "Well, I don't really want to go through the insurance company, but I can't pay for this out of pocket. I'm a single mother." I'm like, "Yeah, well, listen, darling, you didn't come back because you were being altruistic. You came back because you're on camera, and your nephew."
Right.
Gave you up.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do here? So I filled out information. and it actually worked so far. It seems to be working out. Her insurance company is taking responsibility for it, and they sent an adjuster down to check it out, and I got my my estimate of what they're paying today. So they're estimating like $495, but it'll probably be at least $1,000 to pull the front off.
Oh,
It's all
yeah,
in
for
one piece.
labor and stuff, yeah.
So they're gonna do a fucking adjustment to the claim. So it's a big fucking pain in the ass. But
An adjustment to the adjustment?
to the adjustment, yeah,
Wait, her insurance company gave you the quote?
yeah.
Yeah, you got to go
Yeah,
bring your
go to
car to
your-
someone else.
yeah.
You
No.
got to go to a body shop and have them give you a quote.
What's what I'm doing? I'm gonna go to these
Okay.
guys. So then basically, I'm told is if it will be higher, their quote will be they'll reach out to the insurance company and they'll deal with it back and forth.
Yeah. Let
Yeah.
the body shop fight with the insurance company.
Yeah.
You just sit back and watch.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to my buddy Damaris Auto Body in beautiful Rochdale, Massachusetts. Might be Italian, so I'm gonna make it happen.
So is the damage noticeable? Really
yeah,
noticeable?
I mean, it's
or?
it's not horrible. It's not horrible, but still, I fucking hate the car anyway.
I know.
So I don't need one more thing to make me hate the car even more. And what are the odds? I got hit once. I won't get fucking totaled now. Fucking hate that car.
Wow.
Stupid.
Too bad you weren't in Los Angeles yesterday with that crazy lady
Oh shit!
in the
mobile home?
The mobile home.
Grand Theft Auto.
Do you
8.
see that shit?
Oh, I don't want to see that. I saw what happened to the dog.
But they're okay. Dogs
Yeah,
are
the
okay.
It
dog,
was okay?
The dogs are fine.
They went to the vet. Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs are
Still,
fine.
I just
Yeah,
seeing
that-
that was traumatizing to me.
Yeah. Well, she's up on animal cruelty charges too
Good.
for that. So
Fuck her.
yeah,
She got fucking
but that
batshit
was
crazy
that
charges.
was bonkers, man. Jesus.
Oh,
so I mean,
man.
for your troubles, you got yourself a new chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pain and suffering.
Oh, so because he got hit and run, you're letting him have the chair now? You're not going to fight him for it?
I'm trying to find a way to rationalize the thinking behind Raven Shadow having a new chair.
Is your chair uncomfortable, MZ?
Sometimes it can be.
Buy a cushion.
He's just saying that, John. He's just saying that because my chair's uncomfortable and I hurt.
Everybody hurts.
I will.
Raven
I will
Shadow.
definitely say. I will definitely say
That-
that the chair I would never
Professor
sit in the
Snipe.
chair that you were sitting in before. I don't know how you.
Yeah,
dealt
I
with
seriously,
that.
I sat in it for 2 seconds and my tailbone hurt.
Yeah, see?
But why didn't you take another chair? You literally have been sitting in that chair for almost 7 years. I have given you multiple opportunities to get a new chair, and you said, "No, I'm cool
Yeah,
with this."
you could have been sitting
7
in,
fucking years. You've been sitting in that chair.
Yeah, for the past couple of weeks, you could have been sitting in the sweatback chair, but you didn't.
Well, it really sounds appealing when you say it like that.
And you know what? I sat in a chair. It was uncomfortable. I bought a cushion.
Aries loves his cushion.
He does love his cushion.
You could have used one of those folding chairs. Would be better
I-
than the one you've been sitting in.
That's fair. But this has a
Actually,
little
he
bit
got
of height.
ass implants. That's what he did.
Yeah. He's got a nice butt. But no, I wasn't. You know what? I'm just gonna settle for any chair. I want a nice chair. I want something that I want to feel a connection with. A chair.
And
I
you
can talk
were
to.
waiting for someone else to buy it for you?
I mean, you could have sat on your action sack
Well, that's not. That's not.
or your battle pack, whatever the fuck it is this time.
You need a battle pillow.
I do need a battle pillow.
So you mentioned earlier, something about Batman. I wanted to actually, I don't know if maybe this is better suited for the end of the show. I was going to talk about fandom. I know we talk about it once in a while and how toxic fandom. So maybe we'll start, and then if it gets out of control, we'll finish it later. But so a couple things. Number one, I watched the Game of Thrones finale. I was happy. Obviously, I don't think anyone else has been keeping up. Raven Shadow's still at the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
And you guys have not watched it,
I'm
right?
familiar that there's a show called Game of
Okay.
Thrones.
And so is MZ.
It's awesome. I don't have HBO. If someone wants to let me borrow a DVD or something.
DVD.
Why?
There's not a box set in the store
I don't
I
know.
very rarely ever see it. I very rarely ever see it anywhere.
in your store.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
I'm lying to you.
Yes, yes, you are. That was something you would do.
I'm gonna
The
fool
same
Aries.
face, you would lie.
So let me preface this by saying that everyone can have their own opinion. There's no problem with that at all. If you don't like something, you don't like it. If you like it, that's also fine. But this thing I don't get is this fucking petitions. It's the most passive aggressive bullshit. I don't like something. I'm going to make a petition because I want it to be done the way I want it. It's so fucking stupid. If you don't like it, say so. don't sign a fucking petition. It's not going to like for something like that. It's not going to do anything. If you want social change and you want to show that there's a certain amount of people that want that change, then sure. But HBO is not going to fork over, another 50 million or whatever it was to make another season of Game of Thrones because a few fans were butthurt.
It's a fucking TV show, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Grow the fuck up.
So if you don't like the way it ended, like that's fine. Just keep it to yourself, or you can even scream about it online.
Yeah.
But don't make a fucking petition. It's dumb and it's stupid.
It's
And
never worked. Change
it's
has never come from a
childish.
fucking names on a piece of paper.
It's childish.
Well, it could. That's what I'm saying,
All right,
but
fair.
not in these terms, not in media. They tried this with The Last Jedi. Everyone people were fucking raging about Rian Johnson and his version of The Last Jedi. There's petitions to redo it. Nothing's gonna come of it. And I like The Last Jedi. Maybe it's not the way that I exactly expected it to go, but that's good.
I thought
I don't
it was
want
fine.
I don't want it to be predictable.
I thought it was fine. It's sure as hell better than the first trilogy.
Prequels,
The
or-
prequels, I mean.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it wasn't what I necessarily wanted to see. I think they had missed opportunity with the original cast. However, it was fine.
And I don't seem
It
to
was
recall any petition signing when the prequels came out.
No. Well, there also wasn't, the internet. Well, I mean, the internet was around, but it wasn't quite like it is now. It wasn't easy to fucking shout from the mountaintops for everyone
People
to
are
hear.
just fucking babies. It's a TV show. You think I bitched and whined and cried and moaned and pissed and
When
got
Full
mad
House got canceled.
when Full House got canceled, or when the last episode of Different Strokes hit the air? No. I had a Pop-Tart and I went to bed.
What kind of Pop-Tart?
Christ.
You had a
stop being
Pop-Tart
such
at
a
night?
fucking whiny little bitch.
You have Pop-Tarts at night?
You can have them all day long. All day,
You can have 'em.
morning, noon, night. They make us a good midnight snack.
What's your favorite kind?
Frosted strawberry, bro.
All right.
That's fair.
Brown, was it the brown sugar cinnamon one?
Oh, God.
You don't like that?
I tried that once, and no.
So
I'm better off doing the cinnamon challenge. Than,
I'd like to see that, actually. Do it on the show, please.
yeah, oh, sure. Why not?
So the other thing is, and this is, it wasn't just Game of Thrones. It was when, now it's not like, as far as I know, it's not like official, but they're casting for the new Batman movie. And so the one making the rounds is, I'm drawing a blank on his
Robert
name now.
Pattinson.
Pattinson. So, all right here, petition to replace Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Are you
Like,
serious?
It's not even official.
Yeah,
from what I
it's a
understand.
rumor right now.
Right, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, and so immediately people are thinking of Twilight, right?
Right.
I have actually never seen the Twilight films. I don't really have an interest. They just don't appeal to me. Maybe I'll watch them, but I've never seen them. So, but I understand if that's the only thing you associate with him, you could be like, oh, well, I don't want Batman. Like I heard people say, I don't want Batman to sparkle or be emo. Batman, they're not going to change it because Robert Pattinson played that character in another fucking movie.
He's an actor. That's what he does, you dicks.
And if you guys saw, we all saw Good Time.
Yeah.
He was fucking awesome.
He
in
was
that.
great in
Yes,
that.
not, and he didn't sparkle once.
No, he did not.
No, once. At about the 5-minute mark.
He to me, he was a tour de
Nah,
force.
he was glistening.
He was a tour de force in that. He was
There's a
fucking.
difference.
That was one of the best acting performances I saw that year. Was Robert Pattinson in Good Time?
Yeah.
He was good. I mean, like, listen, when I first heard that, my first reaction is, well, I'm like, what the fuck? It's not my first choice. But I have, whatever, man. He's fine. I have seen the Twilight films. I'm not proud of it, but when you're in a relationship at a certain time, you trade off certain things.
When Tim Burton's Batman came out in '89, everyone was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, Mr.
right, right.
Mom is playing
yeah.
Batman.
Everyone lost
This
their
is gonna
minds about
suck."
that.
And they wanted Adam West to reprise the role.
And people went absolutely, no pun intended, batshit. And when the film hit, it was quoted as film of the decade. Everybody loved it.
Yep.
Right.
You know, I mean, people got to understand. These people are actors and actresses. That's what they do. They play different roles.
and they're not.
Christ, wake up.
And it's, one role doesn't define an actor. And now, granted, I understand that there's some actors that are associated with one character.
Right.
When you think of Mark Hamill, you
Right.
immediately Luke
Cock
Skywalker is going to come to mind.
Knocker.
But if you think about it, he also is probably the best Joker. So like
Arguably,
if you took a
Yeah.
couple minutes to think about it, you'd think of like, oh well, he is the best Joker, and so cock knocker.
He's the best cock knocker so far.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's any other.
So let's give him that.
I wonder if he's going to reprise his role in.
Oh, and the new Jay and Silent Bob
Yeah.
Strike Back.
I will hijack a MiG if that happens. That'd be
Oh my
outstanding.
God, that would be amazing.
But I don't think an actor should be defined by one role. Now, Harry Potter. What's you guys?
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Obviously, Daniel Radcliffe. You think of him, you think of Harry Potter. I think we've had this discussion, Rev Shadow, right?
Right.
But he's also been in other things now, and I think he's been quite good in some of the other things I've seen him in.
Oh, even fucking Frodo. What's his face?
Yes.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood,
yeah.
my boy. Elijah
Yeah, he was
Wood.
fucking, a bunch of motherfucking shit over the years.
Yeah.
And then, gets down to
Well, I mean, he was in stuff before that,
Oh,
so
correct,
he
yeah.
had a career before that.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem with Ratcliffe
that defined
and,
his career.
and the Twilight guy is those were the movies that made them who they are.
Yeah.
So that's what people think of.
No, fair. But I think Radcliffe is awesome. He was in Horns. He was in that.
Yeah.
He's done a
Yeah,
lot of
he-
things, and he's made a very good
The
career
Woman
for
in Black.
himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's turned out to be a very good actor.
He's great.
If you ever get a chance to see The Woman in Black, check it out. It's really good. Fuck the sequel though.
Was he in the sequel?
No.
Woman
Yeah,
in
I
More
think
Black.
so.
I mean, here's my thing with that. I'm fine with Patterson. I think he'd kind of be a really cool Riddler.
My only problem with him is I think he's a little too skinny.
Well, he's bulk up.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
the
that's the
suit-
thing. He
the
needs
suit
to
will
bulk up,
bulk
but
him
as
up.
he is right now, I think he's just too skinny.
But keep in mind, Bale was built like me when he auditioned for it. Cause he
I
was
thought
coming
Bale
off,
was a little too skinny to
Well,
play the
He
role.
was coming off.
Look at Bale was in The Machinist,
Machinist,
right?
yeah.
he was like
Oh, yeah.
110 pounds
Yeah.
or something.
But I mean, even as
a
he
stick.
played the role, I thought he was a little too skinny.
Well, fair. But no, I think he'd be fine. Well, I guess what I'm tired of is my understanding is they want to do yet another origin story or a year one Batman film, and if that's the case, we've fucking seen that ad fucking nauseum.
Yeah, they gotta if they do that, they gotta skip the origin. Like they just gotta get right into him
Just
being
have him
Batman.
be motherfucking
There's
Batman.
no reason to do the origin. Like look what happened with Spider-Man, right? Like in the MCU, no origin, fine.
Everyone knows it at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
and to do it again is just gonna bog down.
That's overkill.
yeah.
We've already had essentially the Nolan verse. What begins in Dark Knight were essentially year one, year two. I think the 8-year jump was fucking stupid, but regardless, I didn't make the film. So I mean, we had, in my opinion, the best comic book adapted. I fucked that word up. Comic book Batman in Affleck. He was Batman from the comics.
Yes.
From especially the Dark Knight.
Right. Yeah, Dark
Yeah,
Knight, the
yeah.
aging one, but I mean, like the way he moved. And
Yeah,
how
the way
fucking-
they filmed it, the fights and stuff. I thought that was definitely the best live action portrayal of Batman.
from comics
Yeah.
to screen.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how fucking dope. I mean, say what you want about Nolan ones, but you had, great cast for Nolan ones. How do you up that? Well, you make fucking Jeremy Irons Alfred, and you make fucking J.K. Simmons fucking Commissioner fucking Gordon. Bra fucking O. And I think had we had a chance to see what Affleck would do in that flick, but no, you guys fucked it up for everybody, and he don't want to do it no more. I think we would have had a really dope Affleck bat flick.
I think we could have had an outstanding movie with him.
Affleck, Batfleck.
Because I get the feeling they were going to go a lot more detective
Right.
with their
Yeah,
standalone movie.
yeah.
Which we haven't
And that's
seen yet.
yeah, that's what's been lacking out of every Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Show us the detective.
Correct.
So Batman is going to be directed by Matt Reeves, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with his work, but he's done some TV, but he directed Cloverfield. He directed Let Me In.
Oh, okay. That's why I recognize.
And he did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes.
All right, so good movies all around.
Yeah, so and, he's done some other stuff earlier. He did The Pallbearer, which is a comedy with David Schwimmer, I believe, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
God, yeah, I remember
But that was his first feature.
that was
so
like
Yeah.
1996.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not going to hold that against him. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good filmography otherwise, and like I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be cool, and I think the casting, if it is in fact Robert Pattinson, I actually enjoy the casting. I think it's good, and like Ari said, sure, he needs to bulk up a little bit, but nowadays, with what they're able to do with, because basically it'll be his full-time job to basically get ready for this. Give him 6 months, and he could be maybe not as big as like Chris Pratt was as
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, but he could definitely bulk up, and they could film him in a certain way. They could have the suit.
Pratt.
Your boy.
Fuck him.
That motherfucker right there.
Him and Will Smith. Fuck them both. I saw the commercial for Aladdin before. I don't mean to venture off, man, but I saw that commercial for Aladdin before I came in tonight, and I'm like, fucking Will Smith. What a dick. He really is an
He didn't
arrogant-
make the movie.
He is a
An
fucking...
arrogant? What is it? Why is he arrogant?
He is just a fucking... Ugh.
Damn.
I can't. I just can't.
Damn.
This guy... Ugh.
What?
Oh, hell no! Fuck that shit. No, you know who should have had the career that he has right now? And he's a 10 times better actor. He's no longer alive, but he's 10 times better actor.
Garrett Morris.
Close.
I know what you're thinking.
Gary Coleman.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I thought
One of the greatest actors of our generation.
I thought you were going to say Alfonso Ribeiro.
Well, he was in Silver Spoon, so, I mean, you got to give him a little bit of credit. Work against Ricky Schroeder. Jesus.
Code Blue, our boy Will in the chat room, has a very important question. Will the bat nipples come back?
Ooh. I want the bat took us to come back.
Yeah. Bat butt. We need the bat butt.
Bat butt. Oh,
Whatever,
Gary
man.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when he came onto the show on Different Strokes,
We're going back.
he was like 11 years old when he started that show, and he was supposed to look like he was 7, but that's because of his growth deficiency.
it was acting, man.
I mean,
Wait.
if you're a 7-year-old and if you're an 11-year-old and you can pose as a 7-year-old, that's talent.
That's not
He
talent.
had a body disorder. He was genetically he had a condition.
Anyone
yeah.
can act younger. Case in point.
What are you talking about? I'm pretty mature for my age.
No, you're not.
Gary Coleman, man, that guy got a fucking raw deal in life. He had every right in the world to be bitter.
What are you talking
Why?
about?
He was so pissed at the world.
Yeah, but you know
Because
what? He
his-
wasn't that good of an actor.
His
What you talking about,
parents,
Harris?
his parents ripped him off.
His parents ripped him off. He should have been set from the show.
Yeah,
But he wasn't good. He wasn't a good
his
actor.
parents, he made his parents his agent, and they just ripped him royally of all the money he ever made, to the point where he ended up becoming a security guard in a mall. And you should see the video for that. That's pretty funny.
sucks.
Hey, job's a job, baby.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Speak-
And yeah,
Speaking of little people who are very good actors, I do have to. We're talking about Game of Thrones. Peter Dinklage was fucking awesome as Tyrion, especially in this last season. I think he was very good.
He's great.
I just want to call him out.
He's been good in everything I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
I can't think of a bad role he's done.
Yeah.
Well, who did he play in the Marvel universe?
Trask.
Yeah.
Well,
Two.
Oh,
I don't
actually, he
know.
played 2 characters. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know that character's name. The giant dwarf.
Yeah. But he was in Captain America.
even that Adam Sandler movie that he was in with the video games.
Oh,
What was it?
Pixel.
Pixel.
Pixel, yeah.
And he was in both versions of Death at a Funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was in something where he played. Did we watch? It was
He was in
a serious picture where you wanted to like become someone's boyfriend. Or he was in yeah, the fucking movie I fucking love. You guys haven't seen it. The billboards, the billboard one.
The Station Agent. Is that the one?
Of three
billboards
in Nebraska or
in-
something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Ebbing, Missouri, right?
Ebbing,
Yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
He's great
yeah,
in that,
'cause
right?
he doesn't have a big role in it. I really, you
That's
just
not that funny.
Well, no, I was just having fun with him.
He was also uncredited in No Holds Barred. You
That's
guys remember
right.
that when we watched No Holds Barred?
That's
he was
right.
uncredited in the bar scene at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he was in that
Really?
cage that was hovering in the air,
Yeah.
that was being hung in the air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Caging a guy. Nice. Real nice.
Nice. Put him in a cage.
Full-size bird cage, and they stuck
at
him
that.
in there.
Here it is.
They shoved him in there.
Right there.
Oh,
The
shit.
scene.
Yeah.
He was handsome back then, too.
So-
He was, yeah.
Dinklage and Hulk Hogan. Look at him. Jesus. Now that's acting.
But he was, he. I don't even know how old he is. Oh, okay. So he's born in '69. So
I think he was
Oh,
probably
is he?
50s.
Wow, he's that old?
yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
I don't know. I don't know his
just
fucking
curious.
stats here.
Well, they should have a stat. It shows height on IMDb.
It does.
Yeah,
Sometimes. Why don't you look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't want to.
4'4". There you go.
4'4". Okay.
You feel like a big man now?
His birthday's a few days before ours, MZ.
Next to him,
June
anyway,
11th.
I do. Yeah. Oh, what day?
June 11th,
June 11th.
right before us. So, all right. Well, I just want to talk a little bit about this fucking toxic fandom and how annoying it is. And the thing that's good about it, I will say the positive is that people get so invested in these shows or these movies or just this fandom that they're very passionate about it. And I applaud that. Like, I like that people can get so into something, but I think the problem is people begin to identify with these, shows, these properties, these IPs, whatever you want to call them. And it almost becomes a part of them. And, it's part of their, like, it's like a relative or like a friend. And if that friend or relative did something to piss them off, they're going to be upset with them, And that's sort of what I feel it is we build these shows and this fandom up so much that it becomes something bigger than it should be. And I think that's when it starts to get toxic. And, just enjoy it for what it is. If the writers don't do it the way you want it, too fucking bad. That's the way they're in charge. Get a fucking job being a showrunner or a creator and make your own fucking decisions.
Right. Make your own fucking show. Make
Yeah.
your own fucking book. Write it.
Get out there. If it pisses
Write
you
what you
off,
want.
get out there and do something about it.
And
Write
besides-
your own shit.
And besides, even if you do sign the petition, that's not gonna stop you from not seeing what
Right.
gets released. You're gonna
Right,
see
and they're
it.
gonna
I
see
mean,
it, yeah.
You're not bullshitting anybody. You're only bullshitting yourself. You're gonna see it. You could rave up and down. You're not gonna see it. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck these decisions. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. There's a very small handful, very extremely minute percentage of people that will stick to their guns and not see it. But to the rest of them, you're all full of shit.
Right. And by the way, HBO already has your money. Okay, assholes. All right. You already fucking paid for it.
Well, and chances are, if they did go back and reshoot the season, they're not going to like it the new way anyway.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, they'll bitch about it some more.
But once again, and I think your point is right, Johnny. I mean, yes. I mean, even the show, even MZ talking about Will Smith. He's insane, but he's
fucking
passionate
blue.
about the subject. But
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah.
it here. We're doing a forum. We're having a conversation.
He's gonna turn into fucking blue. He's getting blue in the face.
Yeah, blue in the balls. But no, you're right. You can be passionate. You can discuss this. I fucking hate episode 1. It's a piece of trash. I would watch any fucking Twilight movie twice than any one of episode 1, 2, or 3.
Really?
And in a heartbeat. If you give me those choices on TV, I would watch them play fucking baseball. At least
I
fucking.
like those movies.
I
can't.
haven't
I can't.
seen any of the Twilight movies, but I would sit down and watch episode 1, repeat like 4 times rather than watch all the Twilight movies.
I would rather do math.
Math or meth?
What do you have?
Little both.
No, I'd rather do math. I'm not
Meth
good
is
at
a lot easier to take.
that. Yeah. I can figure out math. I know cause and effect. I can do that. Or Batman and fucking Robin. You know what I'm saying? That's a piece of shit. Piece of shit film.
That's
That
rough.
one, no, I mean that one is bad. It's awful. It's terrible, but it's so fun.
Well,
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So is herpes.
okay, you're.
Me and you have
Yeah,
a
your
different definition of fun.
is really fucking warped.
This is the second herpes reference you made in the last couple of weeks too.
Something you want to share with the class?
No.
So
No, yeah, no.
Did you bring enough for all of us, Master Zero? Yeah, I did. Fuck.
So Marion says the station agent was a great movie that starred Peter Dinklage, or at least had him in it. And our boy Cold Blue says, I see the same type of thing in video games a lot. and I can relate to that. Yes, it's just passionate fan bases. It just so happens that we're talking about these toxic fan bases in TV and movies because that's relevant to this week's conversation. Or not, I don't mean our movie, but just in what's going on in the world. But yes, absolutely, in video games too. If you know, like, let's say a game in a series comes out, like I heard some negative stuff about the latest Assassin's Creed, which I think is good, but I've heard some people say some negative things about it. And you know what? Like, if you love a series so much and they come out with something and it's not up to par, not what you want, like, too bad. Especially something like Assassin's Creed, wait for the next one, you know. But like, I understand that it happens all around. It happens in horror. It happens every single type of fandom you can think of. It happens.
Right, and I got friends who are out of their fucking minds when I talked about it too. They did a storyline where Dr. Octopus, like, sort of killed Peter and Peter's mind.
Yeah.
You know, Doc Ock inhabited the mind of Peter's body. And I had a friend in his fucking 40s, mind you, out of his fucking mind. I'm never reading Spider-Man again. Fuck the writer. Fuck this guy. I'm going to kill him. And he's a fucking psycho. You know who it is, Johnny.
His initials MQB?
That would be fair. That would be fair. And I'm like, buddy, you're fucking 45 years old, sir.
Yeah.
And don't worry. Peter will be back in the suit when the next fucking, you know, it's next Spidey 2 drops. You know.
Speaking of, I'm going to go off on a little tangent. I want to wrap this up in just a moment. But so a buddy of mine was telling me about this new DC event about
Deceased.
About something that has crisis in the title.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's I don't know, but anyways, there's someone who is responsible, like a hero who's responsible for killing characters. Do you know what I'm talking about? Rave Shadow?
There's a couple things going on. There's what the fuck? Oh, Heroes in Crisis.
That's it. Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. I have all the books. I'm actually gonna try to read it.
Okay, I won't say any more. Then.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but
there is a character. Basically, it's like the big hype of it was like they had a handful of like 8 characters, and they were like 2 of these characters will die.
Yeah,
and they're all ones I love. It was like Kyle, Tim Drake, Wally West, Roy Harper. There's a bunch of I don't know. I know one person that died. I don't know who the other one was. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Actually, the storyline kind of deals with like a safe haven for like heroes who have post-traumatic
Sanctuary
stress.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So I'm not going to say, I won't say anything more. I don't want to spoil for you or anyone else. But one of my buddies told me basically, he asked if I'd read it. I said no, I'm probably not gonna. So just talk freely. And he kind of told me. And now, granted, it's from his perspective of not really enjoying how the story went. So I'm getting a negative take on it. Okay. And it did sound kind of silly about what happened. So, but maybe it's all justified. Maybe if you read it and you're into the story, maybe you dig it. So I don't know. I'm just, I just heard that there was some outcry about that as well from other people. So,
and that's always going to happen. People are always going to do it. And I think we may have talked about it before. It's okay. You're with your friends.
Right.
You listen to a podcast. Talk smack. Talk
especially
shit.
with the Captain America stuff. If I recall correctly, was it Dynamo that was pissed about that, or was it you?
Oh,
the Hail Hydra.
Oh, I mean, I don't think I spoke about it, but yeah, I was annoyed by that, and just But by the simple mention of another Crisis storyline, I was, because that's my
DC,
feeling.
DC should never use Crisis.
Yeah, that's
ever
the thing.
again.
You put Crisis on a title, I'm like, holy Christ!
Yeah.
Get over it. Move on. But
exactly.
And that's me just prejudging.
Right.
It could be the most outstanding storyline in the world, but you put Crisis on it, I'm checked out right from the get-go.
You're tuned off because once again, it's a different
I am
side.
Crisis out. I have my own Crisis. Leave me the fuck out of yours.
No, definitely. I mean, and really, at the end of the day, it's one thing if you're with your friends, you listen to a podcast. Yeah, talk something awesome or talk about something being shitty. That's fun. But when it becomes this fucking constant fucking bile and venom, when you're fucking picking on fucking girls for taking a fucking job or that kind of shit, it becomes something else.
Exactly. When it comes to real life stuff, like that's where I draw the line. Like if you have an opinion, go for it. But when it comes to threatening people and like threatening like their careers, like calling for their job or whatever, like that's where I draw the fucking line. If you don't agree with their decision, that sucks and that's too bad. But they're doing their job. Anyone would kill for that fucking job to be doing what they're doing. And you would probably fuck it up too. And imagine if you were in that position, you fucked it up, and you were getting death threats. You know,
Right, even though you fuck it up, you just played the pot. Like she didn't
Right,
fucking do
right.
anything wrong.
Well,
It
it's-
wasn't even like
and I mean finger quotes, fuck it up.
Right, right.
You know, but yes, you're right. Like doing your job.
You're never going to make everyone happy, and
Yeah.
chances are you're going to piss off a lot of people. I mean, I remember hearing about the casting of Batwoman for the new series, and people losing their mind about the casting. Now, they were pissed off because I actually don't even know why they were pissed off, because Batwoman in the comics is a lesbian, and the actress they cast is a lesbian.
I think
Yeah,
I heard
yeah.
she wasn't lesbian enough.
Yeah, I think it's.
So,
I think
yeah,
she
but
was.
that's what it. So why are they?
I
like,
think she was
Right.
bi. That's
Oh, she's bi. Okay, so
and that's the thing, is that she wasn't lesbian enough.
Yeah, it's like she's well. I think Monster Zero can be the judge of that. Let's find some videotapes.
So saying
and,
her glass was only half full, she not lesbian enough.
it's like
That
sorry
is the
guys,
most stupid thing I've ever heard in my
Charlie
life.
Cox wasn't blind when he played fucking Daredevil. I know he wasn't blind enough. Yeah, not lesbian enough. Well,
I mean, I've heard I've heard of actors or actresses not being black enough, but I've never heard of or not being gay enough. But I've never heard of being lesbian enough. That's a new one on me.
it's asinine. End of the day, vote with your fucking wallet, guys.
Yeah.
You know, if you like it,
Yeah.
wait. You know, if you don't like fucking Twilight, Robert Pattinson Batman, wait 5 years. There's gonna be fucking more of them. There'll be bat flicks long after we're all off this mortal coil. You know, there will never not be a Batman movie.
oh yeah, because Batman has always made them money.
Right. There'll always be Batman. You know, don't worry if you don't like the Star Wars trilogy. Spoiler alert: a couple years from now, they're doing a whole new fucking trilogy. You know,
Yep.
or make your own shit.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap this up. Head to a break in just a moment. But if you guys want to support the show, obviously Patreon is the best way. Patreon.com/trickortreatradio. And we're 75% to our goal. We'd love to get up higher. So if you guys have yet to become patrons, feel free to head on over there and give us your support. Also at trickortreatradio.com, you can actually find links to the Patreon right there as well if you're just on trickortreatradio.com. And all the different ways you could subscribe to us. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and also the Satchel Podcast Player. And if you haven't, I haven't mentioned this in a while, please give us a 5-star review if you have yet to do so, especially on Apple Podcasts. That's where we get most of our listens, and that's where most people find us. So if you're so inclined, but whichever player you use, we'd appreciate any kind of review. Some give thumbs up, some give ratings, and on Apple Podcasts, if you could also leave a few words about what you like about the show or why other people might like it, we'd appreciate that. And also, we still use the Amazon link, so if you guys shop on Amazon, most of you do, go ahead, use our link, go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, see the logo, click on it, brings you right to the site, inputs our affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any extra, Michael Ravenshadow.
But it also helps to keep the lights on.
That's right. Multiple ways to keep the lights on, and you can do both, and it benefits us in both ways. So we'd appreciate that. Now, Michael Ravenshadow, you sit down to watch Slaughterhouse Rules after your car gets hit. What do you do to prepare for this?
Oh, I get excited, John. I get excited because now I'm home. I'm on my comfy couch. But then I get a little anxiety. I get a little anxiety that I get sometimes because I think about, while I wasn't in the car when it was hit, I feel like I was getting some like phantom pain. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was hurting for the car.
You don't like the car. You weren't in the car. Why were you hurt?
Yeah, you hate this
It's
car.
a weird relationship. I don't even want to get into it too much, but it's very
like labor
weird.
pains.
It's like it's a very weird connection. So then I'm thinking about maybe I'm hurt, and then I think about I gotta go to the studio and I'm gonna sit in that fucking chair, man. That fucking chair. Aries has his cushion. Monster Zero has his own natural cushions.
Once again, you're going to wait for someone else to take care of you.
And then it doesn't matter what happens. But then I'm like, oh, shit. I really want to talk about this film. Simon Pegg, his friend. And Harley Quinn. I'm very
The other
excited.
one.
The other one.
Really?
Nick Frost,
Oh,
right? No, fucking no. I'm
Thank
having fun with
fucking
you.
God.
Right?
Forget the fat guy with the beard. I see how it is.
You are so fucking svelte. You were looking like really good lately. I'm all man, but listen, you look normally a little Dennis Leary thing. You dress like Dennis Leary now.
Just like I'm from Southie.
No, not this outfit, but normally with your jacket, you wear a little short jacket and you have like more fitting
Ooh.
jeans. Yeah.
Quit staring at my dick.
Listen. You have to be being very presumptuous. Just notice, man. Everyone's looking good. So anyway, I'm nervous, Johnny, because I'm going to sit in the seat. I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get hurt again. But then I come in from the heavens. From the bottom of my deepest desire, Johnny provides
Oh, just fucking say it.
a sexy chair. Like I'm sitting on clouds, maybe some fluffy scrambled eggs. And all I can think about one thing. Well, I can think about two things. But one of those things made me want to strap on.
Scaricon New England, the fan convention for all things pop culture, horror, and paranormal is almost here. June 7th through the 9th at the Sheridan Hotel and Conference Center, Framingham, Massachusetts. Scaricon brings an amazing group of celebrities, including Cassandra Peterson. You know her as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Elvira.
Heather Langenkamp, Amanda Wiss, and Lisa Wilcox from the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Plus, a 40th anniversary cast reunion and screening of the cult classic Phantasm. And many more. Scaricon also features panel discussions, film screenings, great vendors, and parties. It's a weekend of fun from start to finish. For more information, visit Scaricon.com or check us out on Facebook. Use the promo code BRR at checkout to save 25% on your admission. That's Scaricon.com. Scaricon.com. Scaricon New England is being held June 7th through the 9th in Framingham, Massachusetts.
Visit the website today. Use promo code BRR with your ticket purchase to save 25% on admission.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
I'm Mike Allred. For the gidgiest listening experience, you gotta check out Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
Thank you guys for having me on. It's a blast. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
And, Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio is Trick or Treat Radio.
No.
Don't say that.
Like, you really put us under.
It's like swearing in church. Huh?
You just jinxed us.
Yeah. you put a lot on our shoulders just now.
Well, we can strive for
you
greatness.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
you really are. You got a great show.
And we have returned on Trick or Treat Radio. What are you watching, MZ?
You don't want to know.
I'll tell you.
Don't.
I love the internet. I really do.
There really is no good way of saying what you were watching.
Try.
A man and a woman are dancing on the floor, and we'll leave it at that. Now, that could be interpreted so many different ways, but they are indeed dancing on the floor. And that's as far as I'm going to take it.
At least they're not dancing on the ceiling.
I don't know. I think if they, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think it would be a little bit more normal if they were dancing on the ceiling.
I can't unsee what you were watching. I just.
Oh, the internet is so loaded with so much crazy, fucked up shit.
Oh, did you not? Why? And that's on your Facebook feed.
Yeah.
The fuck are you following that pops up?
Says Michael Ravenshadow.
Take his chair.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, Jesus, he's going to hurt himself.
MZ's taking his
Watch
chair.
it. Don't unplug anything. Yeah, well, you almost did. I think he knows.
How's it feel?
It's nice. That video is so funny. I can't help it.
Huh? Welcome back, Raven Shadow.
Hey, how you doing?
He just watched him.
Fucking lower the fucking chair. It's fucking. It ain't funny. It ain't funny.
Hey, numbnuts, he stole your chair.
He lowered it. He didn't know.
Give my chair back. This is a garbage chair.
It's not garbage because all you thought he did was lower it.
No, I know. It felt wrong. It felt wrong. I got fucking Gary Coleman's chair now. I'm outside smoking butts. It's like fucking eating at the fucking Apollo up this motherfucker. Everyone's fucking... Switch.
How the hell could you not know?
Because his chair was that uncomfortable. That piece of plywood on wheels was that uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was a piece of plywood with like a little.
Well, thank you, Monster Zero. You're a
No,
gentleman.
a piece of felt covering.
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
no cushion.
Yeah.
You are a fucking miracle.
You know, I am a fucking miracle. My mother says so, and I am a fucking miracle. I was born after Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was
that's
born
too
after
funny.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He was my opening
All
act.
of us were.
No, date-wise. Well, I mean, not the same year, but I mean, like...
Oh, because your birthday is...
The 20, yeah. I was 27.
Really?
So
That's...
I'm the closer.
Wow. She's just grasping at straws there, huh?
Been doing that for 42 years, Aries.
Take what he can get.
Give me that straw.
I can't believe 42 years, that's the first time I'm hearing that one.
Oh, my God, that's funny. That is too funny.
All right.
God.
Well, we are going to talk now about Slaughterhouse Rulez. This film just hit VOD in 2019. It's rated R, and it is 104 minutes. It's an action comedy horror. It is directed and written by Crispin Mills, with a screenplay by Henry Fitzherbert. And it stars Margot Robbie, sort of, Asa Butterfield, or Asa. We decide if it was Asa or Asa. What do you guys think?
I'm going to say...
Asa?
Asa.
Yeah.
All right.
Asa.
Asa Basa.
Yeah. Asa, man.
Michael Sheen, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Finn Cole, Hermione Corfield, Joe Hartley, Jamie Blackley, and Tom Reese Harries as Clegg, who I thought was fucking awesome.
He was fun. He had he had the best fucking line that I'm not going to repeat by a jerky blonde like jock.
To me, he channeled a little bit of William Zabka.
There was a let's throw it out there. I'm gonna whip it out right now. This movie has a lot of homages, right, and a lot of channeling.
Yes,
right? I mean, from the show, and we'll talk about it, from the shots to the what the actors do. There's a lot of references in this. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
I guess no one else says so.
Well,
But
I wouldn't say
Harris.
references, but
I think
homage.
homage,
Yeah.
homage.
Homages
I
are
mean,
better.
one point it was definitely fucking Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And there were definitely some sweeping shots of the structure of the school that reminded me of Ghostbusters, about
Okay.
David Barrett's apartment.
I even got a bit of a Goonies feel in some, like especially towards the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, a little bit too of fucking Hogwarts 90210.
Right, exactly, yeah. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis. An illustrious British boarding school becomes a bloody battleground when a mysterious sinkhole appears at a nearby fracking site, unleashing unspeakable horror. So, aside from that, I did read that, but I think I kind of forgot about the horror thing, and I was just kind of taking the movie as it went. And like it opens up. I like we see like an old YouTube video or something of the kid watching about the school, and I love that the school is called Slaughterhouse, but it's like they do it tongue in cheek. It's not like they try to pass it off as like a legit name, like the kids like they really call it Slaughterhouse, like they talk about it, which I thought was fun because it wasn't just because otherwise. It's just like this weird, silly thing if you just don't address it. So even just one quick little thing made a difference. So this is director Crispin Mills' second feature, and he previously did A Fantastic Fear of Everything, also starring Simon Pegg. And this was also executive produced by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. So... And like I said, I like that they leaned into the comedy right away because the school name Slaughterhouse is just a little bit silly. So I'm glad that they leaned into that. Also, Asa Butterfield, I knew he looked familiar, and he was Hugo in the movie Hugo, and he was also Ender in the movie Ender's Game.
Oh, he was the roommate.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He was good.
Yeah. He was
good,
yeah.
I caught like the end of Ender's Game. It was on like I know, right? FX. It was fine.
You guys and you're like, get with the fucking times.
What the fuck?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're from the same time I'm from.
Start a movie from the beginning.
Well, no, because I'm doing some things. I'm like,
yeah, but it's
but you know what? Don't like. That's fine for like a movie you've seen 100 times. But
yeah,
don't
but
put on a movie
seen
you've never
it,
seen and watch halfway through.
But I don't necessarily.
You're better than that.
Well,
no, he's not. No, he's
a
not.
little bit. And thank you, Aries, for noticing. But no, as a movie I want to watch, yes, I will do that. But I didn't see Ender's Game.
I don't care if it's a movie. If you're gonna bother to put it on, don't put it on halfway through for a mindless watch.
That's asinine.
It is not.
That's asinine.
Don't put it on. Watch it or don't watch
What
it.
I can watch? What, Darkness? Or I can watch? Fucking The Cat.
Fucking put it on the Discovery Channel on how it's made for mindless entertainment.
Wasn't Sons of Anarchy on Raven Child? You couldn't watch that?
Ooh, I do have all the box sets, and I enjoyed that ending. Okay,
it's not like the end of Ender's Game or nothing.
Well, yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't the last.
You
5
have
minutes.
your Fire TV. You have limitless potential.
I have so much. I do have limitless potential, Johnny. All right, my teachers never said that, but I'm glad you recognize that. I have the what's the new app you like so much? Voodie, Tubi. Fresh and Fruity. Tubi, yeah. To be or not to be. I can put that on. But no, maybe I'm just doing some dishes. My mom's going to come over. We're going to have some lunch. I put something on in the background.
You put on Ender's Game in the background when your mom comes over?
Well, she likes that. I mean, she's more into Scarface and stuff like that. But
you know what? When I visit with my mother, I just visit with my mother. I don't put on fucking Endgame.
What are we going to fucking talk about? What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about everything.
Talk to my mother.
Oh, yeah. What? What are you
Talk to your mom. Be a person.
Maybe you'll put on a little music.
Have a conversation.
Yeah.
Play
Candlelight dinner.
Play Dungeons and Dragons with your mom.
Yeah, all right, Mom. All right, I'm the Beastmaster. And behind that door is a bunch of laundry. You roll a D20 to do that, and then behind the
if you roll a 1, I do it. If you roll anything else, you do it.
Well, Games Master. Pick up my dry cleaning too. But no, you don't fucking throw something on in the background. That's asinine. Just to have something on in the background, I get a little scared when it's quiet all the time.
Well, you put
Well, you know what? I'm all about like background. Like if I'm folding laundry, I put on something in the background.
Right.
But it's something that I've seen. Like
well, I
don't. If I'm not paying it, if I'm not giving 100%, I've seen it.
Well, fair. Maybe I don't want to put the effort in like finding it on Netflix or my Fire Stick or looking for it in my DVD box. I just throw something on the background. Oh, Harrison Ford, I like him. He's in that. But I don't want to watch it from the beginning. I watched the last, 40 minutes or whatever the fuck.
Why are you so fucking difficult?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. No, I think Aries is being a little
No,
difficult.
I'm not being difficult. You're being difficult.
I think you're being a little
because you have no idea how they got to where they were. Now, I haven't seen the movie at all, so I can't really get into this with you. But I guarantee you have no idea how they got to where they were.
Well, I don't think I don't not have really a burning need to figure out how Ender got on the spaceship. I just figured he got on the spaceship, and now he's the kid who's going to save the fucking universe. But it was a fucking betrayal. Harrison Ford was kind of a dick. He played a game.
Why was he dick?
Well, probably because...
Probably. See, you're guessing because you didn't watch the beginning.
Well, he's old, like war-timey dude. He probably saw a lot of battles. Probably sick of hanging out with Clifton Flockhart all the fucking time. She's a big pain in the ass. No, she's a very fine, nice lady. But I don't know, whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't need to. My fans doesn't want me to watch Ender's Game. He was good in what I saw.
Evil Corny says, "You tell him, Aries."
See, Corny. I got Corny on my side.
Listen, he is drunk right now.
Oh, the two of us, we're all about you. We're gonna fuck your shit up.
Oh, come on over. Let's watch Ender's Game. Want to do that? I'm off Monday.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Corny's gonna fly up.
Corny.
3 of us gonna watch Endgame on Monday.
It's not gonna be windy.
I don't even know what it's called.
We talking
Ender's
about
Game?
Avengers and Ender's Game?
Ender's Game.
Evil Corny says, "Watch the film from the beginning, Raven Shadow."
Dude, I don't want to watch Ender's Game from the beginning.
So why do you want to watch it from the middle?
I don't think I ever
or the
wanted
end?
to. I put it on. And I'm like, oh, is that fucking Johnny Assabout? I like him. What's his name?
Johnny Assabout?
What's his name? Assabutter Features? What's his name?
Okay.
Assabutterface?
In today's technology, you read something. Like, it wasn't like you were flipping. You were going through a guide, and that popped up, and you went, yes. And you pressed OK.
Or I usually have my TV on when I watched the night before, and like, oh, look, this was on. Maybe I was probably watching Tombstone for the fucking 1,000th time.
Now, see, if you did that, that'd be fine. Because you watch a Tombstone, you watch it 1,000 times.
So I'm sorry, I'm being fucking, I'm being partially movie shamed right now.
Yeah.
Toxic
No,
anger.
not partially. Full blown.
You should be.
Because you know what? When you mindlessly watch something, it's something you've seen before, and you're just waiting for your favorite parts. I have a weird tradition. Every Christmas Eve, for some reason, Jaws is on. And I will wrap Christmas presents watching Jaws.
That's funny because when we lived at the manor, Joey Tron and I would wrap presents watching Suicide Kings.
But it's something you've seen. Like,
right.
I go in the bedroom, I close the door, Jaws is playing, and I wrap presents. And my 80% of my attention is on the presents. When the shark kills someone, there it goes, he's dead. Yep, back to rapping.
Raven Shadow, I wish you caught Memento like towards the end. You would be so fucked up.
Oh my god.
Can I tell you, when Pulp Fiction hit the theaters, I worked in a movie theater, having to walk in and out of screenings. Oh, that shit fucked me up.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm like, I thought didn't I watch him die? What the fuck is going on? Like, I finally had to sit down and watch it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Evil Corny says, "Amen, Aries."
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, what do you watch a movie? If you need to watch a movie for the first time, you watch it from the beginning.
Watching movies isn't really a strong suit.
There's a lot of things that's not his strong suit.
What am I gonna? I don't give a fuck about
what do you
Ender's
do?
Game.
You watch it from the middle and you spread out to the sides. I mean, come on, stop
I spread out a little bit.
Just watch the movie from the beginning.
I don't want to.
Then why'd you put it on?
Just to have something in the background.
There was nothing else.
Well,
obviously you're paying for cable.
Well, yeah, I mean, basic cable.
You got literally hundreds of channels.
Yeah.
You could watch Tubi like MZ.
And they can do laundry during the commercials.
You can watch Voodoo Hootie Tootie Tubi.
Fresh and fruity.
Why don't you just throw in a porn while you're doing this shit?
Well, that ain't going to get shit. Well, one thing will get done. There will be a certain cause and effect. That's fair. That's my reward.
Not when you're at your fucking mom's, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, no, Mom, you got to go.
I mean, I'll watch porn when I'm doing stuff. I mean, I'll be...
Knock it off!
To be fair, I wasn't alone when that happened.
I'll be out of commission for about 2.5 minutes, but then I'll be right back on the horse doing what I need to do.
You guys are trying to be outrageous so you know how, because it's you've never put something on just to be in background, just to have something on.
Everything I put on in the background, I've seen before.
What if you've never seen that movie before?
But here's my thing is, that was all well and good back when, let's say HBO was the only game in town, and you're flipping through, and you're like, oh, I wanted to see this movie. I'll just watch it from here. Now, if you see a movie, you have the ability... You can, with your Fire Stick, you could press the fucking voice button and say, find Ender's Game. You find it, you hit play, it plays from the beginning, and you watch the whole thing.
I guarantee it's somewhere.
But I'm not engaged to watch it. I'm not going to sit down. Why would I watch it from the beginning if I'm not going to watch it as it progresses?
Then why watch it?
It's just fucking background. I think you guys are making it too fucking complex. It ain't fucking...
Because you put it on.
Why? there was no time to strap on, so I put it on.
But I mean, why?
I think you guys are thinking way too much about it. I think
no,
you guys
we're not.
No,
because
we're
you
not.
are.
It's very simple.
If I'm going to go through the motions of taking my Fire Stick, using my thumb, and looking for something to find, it's something that I want to sit down and watch.
There was no point from where you hit play to where you stopped watching or that movie stopped being on your TV where you went, what the fuck is going on?
I don't think it's that fucking deep. I think I can figure out there's a
There was no point where you wondered what was going on.
I did not wonder. No,
honestly,
on my mother's eyes.
You never looked up and went, what? And even if with 30 seconds passed and you figured it out.
I didn't have that much of a burning desire to figure out how Ender got to play the game or why he was chosen. I figured, okay, it's like a Last Starfighter kind of thing going on, and there's something going on. They're training kids. I could figure it out. I saw the commercials. Figured out based on a
we
book.
need to move on. This is
sometimes
ridiculous.
I hate you. Yeah.
No, you guys are being completely out of control.
You are hopeless.
You're showing off. You're showing off for Scaricons. What you're doing.
Okay, Slaughterhouse rules.
Let me just catch up on the chat room. And Corny says, I'm always catching Shaun of the Dead on during Christmas. And then he says, MZ's Transformers must be sticky. Watching porn and playing with Autobots.
Wow.
Well, let's just say the joints never loosen.
Wait. Just for clarity, just the Autobots, not the Decepticons?
Yeah, what's up with that?
You're not bi? Just one way with that?
It's a fetish.
He likes autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yes, he makes his Autobots choke him.
It's
Ironhide. Ironhide.
It's Autobot erotica.
50 Shades of
Autobot erotica.
Autobot erotica.
50 Shades of Energon. More Energon lube.
We got some good potential for episode titles.
Autobot erotica is pretty good.
Autobot erotica.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That needs to be like if you do a Transformers breakout episode.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be called Autobot erotica.
That it would be a great band name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Cove. We are Autobot erotica.
We are Autobot erotica.
Who's ready to rock?
I think
Who's ready to
roll
I think
out?
we need to type that into Google right now and just see what we get.
Who's ready to roll out?
Yeah, not my phone.
Here, I'll do
Do
it.
that right now.
We're all doing it.
No. Who comes first?
I'm sure there's some fucking. There is Autobot space erotica.
What's the trademark? What we just talked about.
Yeah.
That's a fucking panda, sir. What the fuck?
Well, it's down, so.
I like a sad panda.
Oh my God! Whoa! On Yahoo Answers, there's a question: is it a sin to have sex with a robot?
No.
You guys want to hear the answer?
No.
Only in Alabama. Sorry. Cole.
No.
Well, that's your answer, right?
Especially what Japan's doing now with the real dolls. Are you kidding me? No.
So the question is, the world's first sex robot, a life-size rubber doll called Roxy, who can have real conversations with her owner, including about football, has been unveiled. Is it a sin to have sex with a robot? The best, and this is from 9 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, lots changed. We're a lot more cultured now.
The best answer, you could, but why, is the question.
Well, it's a bad fucking question.
Yeah, it is. Bad answer. There's not any real answers.
So you can. I mean, that's all I need to know.
Well, probably is a sin. I mean, yeah, it's probably fair. But
No, I mean, Japan has come out with real sex dolls.
Yeah.
With what they call real dolls.
I remember real dolls.
And you can have sex with, and they look like the real thing. They look.
Ryan Gosling
real.
had sex with a real doll.
I fucking hated that.
I
movie.
believe that.
Lars and the Real Girl.
I hated it.
Why? I thought it was fun.
Nah, I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Well,
Ryan Gosling was in that movie?
The doll had
Yeah.
more personality.
Oh, Raven J's hanging out.
Baba Leo.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's up, Raven J? That's a fucking picture Autobot erotica. Or if you can have sex with a robot.
Oh man, I picture like Monster Zero in the shower with like fucking sideswipe.
Jesus. All right, back to this.
Well,
we were
not only
talking
is it
about
Autobot erotica, but it's gay Autobot erotica too.
Well, RC, right? There's one chick, one lady, one female.
RC, Chrome Dome, not Chrome Dome, Chromia. I meant Firestarter, Moonracer, Elita 1.
Yeah. Good for you.
Black Arachnia.
No, Black Arachnia?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Give me a picture. I want to see what she looks like.
So we were talking about Asa Butterfield.
Yes.
Because he was in Ender's Game. And then Rachel had to mention that he caught the end of Ender's Game.
I was wondering how we got off of that tangent.
Yeah.
I was making a fucking anecdote.
So
go fuck myself.
You failed.
We're meeting the characters. We have I actually forget what's the main character's name.
Don
Wallace. Yeah. Okay. So we have Don, and his mom basically sends him to the school, kind of without giving him an option. She's like, "Oh, I already paid for it. You're already signed up." So he goes to the school, and what? What happened? And
Aries just took a look at Black Arachnia.
Oh, okay, I see.
He's freaking out.
So they're at the school, and they immediately kind of break off into the different
houses or tribes.
Houses, yeah, whatever you want to call them. There was, I don't remember all the names of them, but there was the women, there was the jocks, there was
the smart kids,
and then there
geeks, the nerds, the sloppy, nerdy kids.
Yeah, I don't know if I call them that. Like, kind of the misfits, maybe in a way.
Right.
The Sparta was their name, and their sign said Farta.
Yeah, it's a bad sign. Bad first day. When you
yeah,
get your house.
definitely breaking off into tribes, and so the big thing, obviously, we watch. We watch a lot of movies. We watch one a week, right? We're on up to 356 at least. We've done 2 for the show sometimes, so we watch a lot of movies for the show, and immediately my mind is trying to look at this and say, are we looking at a Snowpiercer situation where we're looking at sort of like a class system,
okay,
where they're broken up into different groups, and but then I was thinking of also Harry Potter. Was it breaking up into into houses that way? But I don't think there was really a lot to it other than just to say these are the geeks, these are the jocks, just to put them into tribes,
And what's important to note, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but I think it is. It seems the school is pretty much governed by the elder students. There's not a lot of faculty that we see, really. It's definitely, it seems like the older kids, what do they call them, God boys?
They're like, what are they called? I think gods, they're called.
It was something else, but if you're like either a senior or
like sixth rank, or it was a type of it was a euphemism for a ranking.
Right.
I thought that was the smart kids, but maybe I misunderstood.
Next, near the point where you couldn't
6th year, 4th year, something like that. But it wasn't year. It was a ranking word.
Yeah, because Clemsy was one of them, and she wasn't like a cadet or whatever. She, so I don't know. I thought it was like the top 6%. That's kind of what I thought they meant, like the top, percentile.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know. It wasn't clear. But either way, Don shouldn't have been talking to Clemsy. Is sort of the thing. He initially wanted to go to this school. He didn't want to go to the school, but he did see a picture of this girl Clemsy in the when he was looking through the brochure, yeah. And he's like, oh, maybe it won't be so bad if she's there. And so immediately he sees her and goes right up to her and tries to chat her up and stuff. So, and he quickly finds out that that's not the right thing to do. He can't talk to her. And so then we have this other character who we mentioned was Clegg, played by Tom Rhys-Harris, who was, the bully, I guess. But he was also like smart. He was kind of jockey. He was kind of all of the above. Like he was sort of like, you could see why he had that kind of position of, being the bully and the,
Yeah, he had basically every attribute about somebody that you would just want to fucking cave their skull in.
Rich kid, blonde, good looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we had the Bat, who was the headmaster. They call him the Bat, which
he's awesome.
Was and he was played by Michael Sheen. I thought he was it was a good role. And when he immediately started talking, I couldn't help but think of our current president. Now, I know this is a British film, so I don't know if that necessarily was the case, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the UK right now with Brexit and all these other people. So it could have been a parallel for that. I don't know. But for me, I saw sort of an analogy of our administration of what's going on in this country right now, sort of breaking everyone off into their own class system, and these people can't talk to these people, and then they're also cutting deals to make money. So we had the headmaster who was making a deal with this fracking company so that they could basically mine gas out of the ground right near the school. And it didn't matter what the repercussions were because they were paying the school for this, you know. So it was a sort of symbiotic relationship between the two. Everyone was like, no, this is bad. They shouldn't be doing this. And, you know, the headmaster didn't care because they were greasing his palms, greasing the school's palms too. So, which, I mean, that is also kind of a hot topic in you know, in this country with fracking. At least back in the last election, it was talked about a lot during the debates, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm gonna just throw something out there.
Yep.
What's fracking?
You thought they were doing something else, didn't you?
No, I wasn't fracking the fake swear word they used on the Serenity program you like so much, or the Firefly.
You know, you could look it up.
I'm not gonna do that for me.
I really have you not been paying attention for the last decade?
I was too busy watching Ender's Game. You know, parts of it, not all of it.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, so all right. Well, I don't know. I didn't see the episode of the news.
Episode of the news.
Yes.
I think it was more than one.
I'm only on
episode.
season 4 of the news. I haven't.
All right.
Not necessarily the news.
Here's the definition. Here's the definition. Okay.
I'm still on 9/11. I haven't watched past that
All right.
episode.
Pipe down. Here's your definition. Okay. Are you ready? Listen up. I hope you're all ears. Listen. Fracking. It's a noun. Okay. A noun. The process of
You're going to use it in a sentence, Raven Chow, so listen close.
The process of injecting liquid at high pressure into subterranean rocks, boreholes, etc., so as to force open existing fissures and extract oil or gas.
Okay, so I'll use it in a sentence now. I have seen Monster Zero go up on a rocky coast and frack the rocks.
What is this, Frackle Rock?
Yeah, you're down at Frackle Rock.
Frackle Rock. Down at Frackle Rock.
I was just kidding. I never saw that before. Well, thank you. That's smart. I should have called you when I was watching this.
A very controversial way of extracting gas or oil from the ground because it does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As seen in this movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's bad.
Like for instance, when they're using the lighters, all the flames that shoot up from the lighters turn green. That's not normal.
I thought it was in the supernatural machinations.
I think it was the fracking.
No.
So obviously this is a bad thing, Raven Shadow. This is bad. Fracking is bad.
It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing.
Oh, good. I should have called you guys. I was confused.
No, calling me would have been a bad thing.
But I did like I liked the humor. There was a lot of like sort of like nerd in humor. Like the guy who was running the fracking operation said, "This fracking tower is now fully operational." You know?
Yeah.
Things like that, like little alluding to, you know, Star Wars in that case, and there's a couple other little things like that. And
Michael Winslow reference.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that was a direct Michael Winslow reference, but I did like that when they scared the kids off when they were trespassing at the sinkhole.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was doing the machine.
Oh yeah.
Like the machine gun sounds on the overhead.
Now, see, if they could pay to get Margot Robbie to be in this movie, they could pay to get Michael Winslow. You know, really.
I think that this is like outtakes of Margot Robbie from another movie or something.
That could be fair, yeah.
It was so weird. She was never on set. It just was basically her like Skyping or FaceTiming or whatever it was that they were using to Simon Pegg's character.
Yeah.
Because they were in a relationship and Margot Robbie's character went away to go what looked like to go work with sick kids or something like that. But clearly there's something else going on.
Yeah, some like war-torn African country.
Let's see, I just kind of felt it was kind of like a little wink and nod to Hot Fuzz, where his girlfriend was, I forget who, but someone famous, but you never knew who it was at the time because she always had the mask on.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, because there is a reference to Shaun of the Dead too, as we'll get to later on. But yeah, that's an interesting one. I haven't seen Hot Fuzz in a while. I know
I forget who is it. Gwyneth Paltrow in the mask?
I don't remember actually.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you never see. You had to read, like, that was like a trivia thing. You had to read, like, oh, that's who. Like, there was no reason for you to suspect that was anyone.
Yeah.
But it was someone famous that was his girlfriend that broke up with him.
Okay.
But I did love those scenes because Simon Pegg was so sad and pathetic in all of those scenes.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I mean, that's the Simon Pegg I love.
Yeah.
I don't know, just
It's hilarious.
Completely beat down, drinking
like
and smoking,
blubbering. Like beat down.
With his wine glasses.
Yeah. And then like while she is like, there's this other doctor who's there, and he's like, oh, he needs me right now. Like alluding to maybe something going on there, and so it just was really funny. So with this fracking operation, we won't. I mean, this isn't necessarily a spoiler. It's kind of like it says it in the synopsis, but things go awry, and some monsters come out of the hole that was created from the fracking, and so all of a sudden it turns into a monster movie, which kind of was unexpected for me. I had they alluded to some horror, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, the way this movie played itself out was, at first it was really starting to annoy me because for like the first hour of this film, it's like a big, it's not only like a coming of age movie, but it's also a it's like a slow burn personality. I'm trying to think of the right word. Not personality, but I guess that's the right word. Personality study, and it does have its moments of humor here and there, and it does pick up a little bit of business here and there, but it doesn't go over that threshold where you're saying this is going to be a movie that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. It does get tedious after a while because honestly, when I was watching, after like the first 4 or 5 minutes, I realized I had to turn on the subtitles because the English dialect in this movie is pretty thick. And
it's funny because subtitles were on by default for me, and I actually turned them off because I didn't need them.
But I didn't think the accents were that bad in this.
Really, I did. I felt like I needed the subtitles because I felt like I was really missing. I mean, it was like reminiscent for me. It was like old Monty Python, where you hear a lot of gibberish, and then you hear like the last 3 or 4 words and what they're saying, and then you kind of caught on to the rest of.
There was
like Cockney accents.
Well, there was a couple of points where they used terms that weren't like there were definitely British terms, but I don't know, the accent wasn't overly bearing for me. Like it just took me like a second to like, what are they saying?
Yeah, well, where the dialogue was happening so fast, I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to get everything and make sure I understood what they were saying. Because for me, I felt the English accents were rather thick.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, I did not have that problem. Like I said, it was just more of a sometime it was happened probably maybe 3 or 4 times where it was they used terminology that's not we don't use in this country.
Yeah.
And it just took me a second. Like, what the hell are they? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like if someone said bullocks, like, ooh, well, okay, yeah, I know what they're saying.
Oh, Evil Corny says it was Kate Blanchett in Hot Fuzz.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
I knew it was someone.
Well, I was like, I after a while I wanted to test myself, so I started watching the movie. Well, I had the subtitles on, but I just watched the movie, not looking at the subtitles, and I caught like every 3rd or 4th word, and I'm like, fuck this. I just got to go back to the subtitles. It's not my preferred way of watching a movie, where they're obviously speaking English, but the accent was pretty.
I mean, I guess I do watch a lot of British program, so I am accustomed to it. So I guess that's more of just a personal thing. Like that's nothing against you that you didn't pick up on it, but it's not an overbearing thing. If you're the type of person that watches a lot of British stuff, this probably isn't. You're not going to need the subtitles. But if you're not, if you're someone like MZ who doesn't probably watch a lot, you may need the subtitles.
Well, it's not like I didn't understand certain terms, like bollocks or fags or anything like that.
Twat.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. I know all those terms. It's just catching them. It's just,
it catches
a lot of
you
the words
off.
kind of run into one another, or they're kind of low, low sounding or whatever. And I just want to make sure I get everything.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I'm just saying some of the stuff just because it happens so rapidly, it does catch you off guard.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that is completely understandable. Like I said, it's I watch a lot of British programs. I like British comedy. It's not for everyone because it is very just dry.
Oh, sure.
But
unless it's Benny Hill, then it's very, very moist.
But yeah, some of the stuff it catches you off guard and you're not ready for it, and it takes a second or two for you to catch up.
Yeah. Next.
Next. So let's see here. So I did like that it unexpectedly sort of turned into a monster movie. So you were talking, MZ, that at the beginning you weren't you were having trouble following. Once you were reading the subtitles, did that sort of did you start to get more into it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
And one thing I will say, without giving anything away, I like that there was a subversion with animals in this.
Yes.
That they fucked with me, and I thought something happened, and then it didn't happen, and I was like, yes. Like, it's just, once again, I mean, we've seen a lot of animal death this year in our movies, and obviously, we're at the mercy of whatever we review, so whatever, but we've seen a lot of it, and when you can get something a little bit different, something that subverts that expectation and does something a little bit different with it, it was a nice change of pace. So I'll say that. And I did love Mr. Chippy.
He was great.
Yeah.
Did you see? I meant to say this. Did you see him on the poster?
Yes. Yeah.
What an amazing shot of Mr. Chips on the poster. How great is that?
I didn't even notice him.
How great is Mr. Chips on that poster? Yeah.
I want to see close.
It is outstanding.
Yeah, that is good.
It's not like some side profile shot of him. He's up front, center, looking regal. His head up.
I can't believe I missed that.
At attention.
That's great.
It's fucking awesome. Check it.
Yeah, no. When you zoomed in, I saw that. I can't believe I missed that.
No, I didn't like
that. Is outstanding.
I didn't like the headmaster, but Chips was his dog, and I love Chips.
Well, it's funny. I thought they were gonna
or Chippy, whatever.
They kind of swerved the headmaster. I thought they were gonna go into a different direction with him.
Well, this whole movie, I knew this was a horror movie going in. I watched previews of this. I enjoy Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. So I was excited about this movie. This was my first opportunity to see this movie. I didn't see this movie coming to the theaters, never popped up anywhere else. So I was excited when this was the movie that we were picking. But I had no idea exactly where we were going. I actually thought this was going more along the lines of Hunger Game with the whole the
class structure.
Yeah, the class structure. Mars would kill me for mentioning Hunger Game rather than
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. That the name escaped me. Yeah. But something along that lines is I thought is where they were going with the whole class separation, where it's like you don't belong here. Right. Because that was flat out said you don't belong here. And they pointed out the classes. I was like, holy shit, this is just going to break down in the whole big battle royale thing going on here, and shit's going to get real. And it kind of just it putted along until it got to where it was going.
Right.
Yeah. I meant to say character study. I think that's what I was meaning to say. And it was plodding along for a while because it had that very dry, rather boorish.
British. Just say British.
Okay, British.
Just British covers everything.
That's probably the best way to go. It was very, very, very British. And that was going on for about probably a good solid hour. Then things turned, and boy, did they turn. And things got very exciting. The action picked up. The violence picked up. Gore picked up.
Business picked up all around.
Yeah, the dialogue got really good, very witty, and and in the middle of this third act, I'm saying to myself, "Holy shit, they really turned this fucker around." Because I really wasn't feeling it for a while. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to see Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in a film, and so far, those guys have batted 1,000, and I was afraid that this one was going to be the one that kind of broke that streak. I was more than happy to find out that I was wrong.
Yep. Let's see. Creepy Girl says, I do the same thing, MZ. It's just easier. Subtitles when there are accents. And Marion says, same. And Corny doesn't have that problem. So.
Well, Corny's a badass.
Well, no. In the South, they got the worst fucking accent.
Oh, yeah. It's your boy there, Corny. That's your boy, right? Who's the goose now?
What's good for the goose is good for the Gandalf.
Yes.
So, yeah, the movie definitely has a tonal shift. It goes from this sort of like teenage sort of like school drama almost into, where there's this sort of like air of like mystery of something is going on, like, and then it basically turns into a monster movie, and for lack of a better term, like halfway through. And there was some really good stuff there. As MZ said, there was some good gore there. Like I really enjoyed the monsters. Like I think they did a good job of hiding, of masking the budget, because there's a couple scenes
absolutely
in the beginning, especially when they what was the woman who
the first kill.
Yeah, the first kill by a monster. Was good. They kind of obscured it with the curtain. I thought that was really smart, and it was sort of like did this monster vision sort of thing where you saw through its eyes. So I think they masked it really well. But then they gave you the full frontal fucking monster, and you got to see it, and they showed it several times. So it wasn't just like the one money shot and this is it. They showed it several times, and I thought that it looked good. Like the monsters looked like pretty different, like I can't think of it. I mean, I guess maybe the closest thing might be like the Host, but this was a much smaller version of that.
I would say, as far as the technique that they used with hiding the monster at first, I got cues from The Void, where they used editing and shadows and light to minimize what you got to see, and minimize what you think their budget had to create the monster that they had, which I thought was really interesting, because now you this is the second part where, well, first you got a movie that you feel that is very, very, very British, and then it turns completely 180 into something else. Then you got the monster, which you see here and there, and you think, moderately budgeted film, you don't think you're going to see that much, and then boom, you get to see the whole monster or monsters, and that turns it into another 180, and you're kind of surprised by that as well.
And if I don't think I have any complaints about The Void, but if I could make any complaint, it would be that I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the monsters. And in this, I think they had that right balance. They struck the right balance of obscuring them at first, and then showing them. And then once they showed them, then it was okay to show them more, because it was like a sort of a mystery as to what they look like. And then you get them, and then you get to see it. And then, so they give you that sort of money shot, but then you get a couple additional shots after. And I think that was really smart on their part. And, once again, I don't know, budget-wise.
Budget was £5.2 million.
So American,
it's about
that's
7.
Wait, no, MC American.
I don't know.
That was pounds. He said
pounds.
Yeah. So I want him to convert quickly.
I don't know it.
You have your phone. Convert
this. But regardless, box office, they made 51.8 million.
What?
Pounds
in UK?
Pounds. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I don't think it had theatrical release here.
So convert.
Convert.
What are you spouting off numbers for if you're not willing to convert?
All right, convert. I'll convert.
He's going to convert what? Religions?
Yeah, rubles.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Now,
Turkish lira.
I enjoyed the monsters, but I definitely got a Ghostbusters feel.
Yeah.
With
I can see that now that you say it.
But like a narrower head, And it's not a bad thing. Like I'm not saying that's an insult, but I definitely got that Ghostbusters feel with a narrow head, almost like a beaver, because they had the two front teeth.
But they made sense for where they would have been coming from. You know what I mean? I think they.
No. I didn't have a problem with them. That's not an insult at all. I was hesitant to say that because I just felt like that probably came across as an insult. That wasn't an insult
I didn't take it like that.
towards the monsters at all. But that I got that feel with it, and I did enjoy how they were introduced, and it was slow how they first you get to see through their point of view and a lot of splatter, and then the first kill was done behind a curtain.
It was a great looking at the baby version for the first time scene.
Oh yeah, it was great. Oh, here we go, and the big reveal.
All right, so 5.2 million pounds transfers over in U.S. dollars, $5,802,730.
Oh, I thought it was more than that. Okay,
I figured it to be a lot more than that.
I thought it was going to be like 7 million, but yeah, so it's a pretty close transfer.
Let's see how much they made.
Okay, we know that it's pretty close. You really don't need to. And he's still typing away. You can hear me in those headphones, right?
Yes,
he's just ignoring you.
And 51.8 million pounds is $57,804,100.
There you go.
Ta-da.
So that's pretty good. I mean, that it definitely made his budget back and then some. So that's got to be seen as a success.
And that hasn't even come here yet. So
right, as far as I know, unless it was in limited theaters.
And with Frost and Peg and Robbie, being on the, I'm sure it'll make at least that much.
Well, it's VOD, so I don't know if it's going to get a limited release, but it is on VOD. Creepy Girl has some thoughts. She says, I love Simon and Nick. Big fan of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but not a fan of this. It was just okay. The monsters were kind of dumb. They looked cool, but the dynamic of the monster didn't make any sense to what they could do. I don't know if I understand that, but kinda a yawn fest. Have you seen The Man Who Was Afraid of Everything? That was hilarious with Simon Pegg. I think she means
I think she meant like the monster didn't do enough. I think that's her way of saying that the monster didn't do enough.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like with what the monster was capable of doing doesn't look like it did enough.
Yep. I think she means a fantastic fear of everything. And then also says, I didn't hate it, just took forever for something to happen. Then the action was short-lived and monsters didn't make sense. I think they did. I don't know.
No, they
I personally think they made sense, yeah. So this, this was just kind of a light-hearted, mindless, fun flick. That's kind of all it set out to be, and I think it mostly accomplished that. And there was some cool scenes, especially I liked when they were all grabbing weapons, and then Simon Pegg, someone offered him a cricket bat.
Yeah.
And he's like, his shoulder was messed up or something like that? Was that?
Oh, yeah. Well, he said, throw me the bat. And then when he went to catch it, he just couldn't because of the shoulder.
Yeah. So I just, I thought that was a nice little, obviously, nod to Shaun of the Dead. But he did end, I won't say anymore. But, the funny thing with the cricket bat, and, there was some other good stuff in there. And there was that scene where the dude loses his hand. He's trying to score with that girl. It was during that, that party with they're all like in the robes, the hedonism party, and you hear he puts his hand down sort of between her legs, and you hear like a squishing sound, and you assume that he's doing something to her, and then all of a sudden it turns out that his hand is in a monster's mouth. And
yep.
He
Vegas Canyon right there.
And how great! And I was really marveling at the final, say, 15 minutes of the movie where they're going through the tunnels, the underground tunnels.
Yeah. I like that.
I love those shots.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Oh my God, the way they were lit and everything, and just the way the camera work was moving and the action was really frenetic at that point. I was really impressed with how that whole scene played out. That was just amazing. I just love that.
I don't think the movie I'm gonna reference I don't think was an amazing movie. I actually thought it was better than I expected. But As Above, So Below. Did any of you guys see that?
Didn't we do it for the show?
No.
Oh, then no.
Well, you know I watched it the first time, but then I went to go do laundry and I just listened to it.
Yes, it's fine.
Anyways, it took place in the French catacombs, which.
Wait. Show we didn't do. We did this on the show.
No, we did not.
No, we didn't.
What was the found footage movie we did in the catacombs?
The movie last year?
Oh, the one with the Irish.
It was it was
that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's not the one you're thinking of. So go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah,
I'll go fuck myself.
This is from like 3 or 4 years ago, and it took place
Devil's
in the
Doorway.
Devil's Door. Yeah, it took place in the French catacombs, and they were. I want to say they were seeking out some object. The Philosopher's Stone. They were looking for like the Philosopher's Stone or something like that. Anyways, I don't want to talk much about the movie, but some of the scenes I thought were really inspired in that, where they were in the catacombs and shot some really cool stuff. And I guess they had a lot of trouble shooting down there because they actually shot in the French catacombs. So this made me think a little bit of that. And I to echo what you're saying, MZ, I really did like the way they shot those. And I think there's some really cool scenes that they shot down there.
No, I thought they were great. Because they have to like hold back the use of light for the glow sticks to pop out, and with the use of the green light coming off the glow sticks, and you got that whole catacomb thing going on, the underground tunnels and everything. The way it looks is just really, really. It looks, there was a lot of action going on, frenetic pace. But also when you're really looking at where they are, it's really fucking scary, And this movie is not really meant to be scary, It's more of a comedy than anything. But when you take away what's going on down there and the light and everything, it's really fucking spooky down there. And I think a film with a lower tone, or a complete absence of comedy altogether, you got yourself one hell of a horror film there. I'm surprised. Unless there's other horror films that's filmed down in that area, I don't know, but it's pretty wild.
I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with this. Like, I don't think they knew their target audience. I don't think they knew where they wanted to go with this. I feel even for a British comedy, this was very lacking. Like, there wasn't a lot of comedy in a comedy movie. Like, if you're going to, this is a horror comedy. That's the second thing. There wasn't a lot of comedy involved. And even the horror aspect, there wasn't a lot of horror involved. Right. This was more of a PG-13, teen horror movie than anything, with just added gore. If you took out all the gore that was in this movie, this just would have been a run-of-the-mill teen horror movie.
I would have been fine with it because I think the third act of the film was set at such a pace that it just completely blew away the first 2/3 of the film.
But you know what? You can't have just the third act.
Oh, sure.
You need the first two to at least do something for you, for the third act to be worthwhile.
I agree. I think that the first 2/3 of the film, they were slow, plodding, very British, like you said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this is a British movie. Yes.
But I think the both you got both ends of the spectrum, and you got the very British boring part. And you got that third act that's hoping to anchor it. I think it anchored it just fine because of the amount of time that was in that third act. We're comparing like an hour to 3/4 of an hour. Like an hour of character study and British comedy, as opposed to 45 minutes of action, gore, violence.
So the amount of time that Raven shot to watch Ender's Game.
But you know what? But the problem is you're not getting that though. You're not getting the British comedy. It's just kind of, it's what happens. We lost Raven Shadow. He's gonna go smoke.
He's
Have
gonna
fun
go
with
smoke.
Take his chair. Take his chair.
I mean, there was like what happens in between British comedy was what was happening in this movie, and the whole character development. You had this character development was unnecessary. All the characters were given development where it wasn't necessary. I mean, as much as I love Simon Pegg, his character's backstory was 100% unnecessary. And I love Simon Pegg. I loved him in this movie. He was Simon Pegg. He was what I want out of Simon Pegg in a movie. But unnecessary. Anyone could have done that character, and if it didn't have a name attached, you could have eliminated 15 minutes from the movie.
Well, see, now that's where I would feel about Margot Robbie.
Oh, but if you took out Simon Pegg, you took out Margot Robbie too.
No, you just add another actress. I mean, I don't know what out of the budget that they had for this film, I don't know what they paid her. Probably $1 million. Just for a few words on screen, not even on set.
No, I'd be willing to bet they paid her scale as this will be hysterical. Do this.
All right, scale would be probably what, $650,000 then maybe.
Well, what they paid anyone to be in this movie, anyone that was a speaking part.
No, I'm just trying to think. Because an actress of her value as of right now, I think scale would be about $650,000. I might be wrong.
Hey, Banner, you okay? I don't know. You look like you're gonna Hulk out on us.
That was
What's
the fastest
going on?
smoke you ever had.
No, my allergies are running amok. I was sneezing.
Oh.
Okay.
You gotta get that Flonase, man. Get the Flonase flowing.
But I mean, you take out Simon Pegg, you lose Margot Robbie at the same time. You don't. That's an unnecessary aspect of this movie.
Margot Robbie was not needed in this movie.
Yeah.
While it was funny to have that sort of like running gag of him talking to her and like Skyping with her or whatever, like it was unnecessary. I will say that. Like I enjoyed it and I thought it was funny. Anybody could have done it. It didn't have to be Margot Robbie, and like it didn't really to the main. It just made him like a bumbling idiot. Is sort of what it was trying to do.
And it was unnecessary because that character development because there was not the 180 flip with that from the bumbling idiot to the hero. So you didn't need that. He just needed to be just a teacher. I could have played that part.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he was the bumbling, crying, sniveling, milk toast, I guess you could say to a certain degree, character who had to brave up his students.
But
I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into that.
Yeah, because you didn't need that character development because any teacher is going to be perceived as the bumbling idiot until they step up and do something heroic. Because that is the way the teacher in cinema is perceived.
Well, I mean, if you're going to do that, then I'm glad it was Simon Pegg.
No, it was unnecessary.
I know what you're saying.
The only reason Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were in this movie is because it was their movie. It was their production studio's first movie, and it was their way of getting people excited for this movie. Because if it wasn't for them, I would not have been excited about this movie. I would not have given a rat's ass about this movie. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost back in a movie, and you know what? It just was a disappointment. Because you did not get a Simon Pegg, Nick Frost interaction. There was nothing.
Well, sometimes I mean, it doesn't need to be that interaction with those two all the time.
Yes, there does.
If you were looking for something to add in your collection, up with Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, this is not.
I mean, granted, I mean,
or the fucking Alien movie they did.
I would love, I would love to be the fourth part of the
quadrilogy.
Whatever that trilogy is called. Forgive me for not knowing.
I don't know either.
Oh, the Corletto.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I think it's called
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz,
Paul,
Day of the Earth Stood Still. Whatever the fuck is.
What the fuck?
Klaatu, Barada, Nick Frost.
That's good. Klaatu, Barada, Nick Frost.
Diamond Peg.
Oh boy.
I would love for this movie to be a part of that. You know, just even have that feel to it. Even, you know, Paul, which isn't remotely related to that, had that feel to because you had that camaraderie between the two of them. You didn't get any of that with this movie. You had the two individuals in the movie separate, playing to their type, which was great. They played it perfectly. You got what you wanted out of them, but I didn't get what I wanted out of. You know, I wanted more and more of interaction.
We're sorry they didn't make it for you, Aries.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
You better sign a
Why to
petition.
make a petition?
Yeah.
Sign a petition. Here's a pen.
I am doing my part and just bitching about it in the media I have available to me.
Here's a pen. Here's a post-it note. Write a petition.
No. That's for everyone else. I have the beauty of being part of a podcast that can bitch about cinema, and that is what I'm doing. I will bitch and then just be done with it. But so that is my gripe, because they didn't 100% bill it as that, but they led you to believe there was more of them in this movie.
I guess the thing is, I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't know anything other than seeing the poster and like reading the synopsis. So I didn't have that expectation that it would be a Nick Frost, Simon Pegg buddy movie. So I see what you're saying, and just so we don't look like complete idiots, it's the Cornetto trilogy.
Cornetto.
And The World's End, Hot Fuzz, and Shaun of the Dead.
World's End. That was one I couldn't think of.
Yeah.
I just watched those
I had
movies
the world
a couple weeks ago.
I had the world involved in that.
Klaatu.
My problem is the World's End, and then there was another one that came out about the same time. There
was the one with the other kind of crew. The fucking, Seth
Rogen. Yeah, that one. And I just didn't want to say that title instead.
Yeah, right.
So I just.
I think this is the end. Is what it was called. This is the
that
end.
might have
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I just 100% butchered it by saying
Just looking real quick at Simon Pegg's filmography, and it looks like I think he does a voice in The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance.
Nice.
And he's also in The Boys.
Yeah. He's not playing Wee Huey though.
Yeah, because he was kind of drawn that. Well, he wasn't, but they
it was
drew him to look like him.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
he's not that cat. Oh, interesting.
I think he plays Huey's dad in it. Because good to now, he's a little bit more older than that character was. But yeah, Derek Robinson.
He is. If it's not a spoiler, it does say Huey's dad.
All right.
I mean, to say what you're saying, Eric, I mean, what you're saying makes sense to a certain degree, but that's like saying, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes are good in Money Train and White Men Can't Jump, but they suck in Wildcats.
I love Wildcats.
Wildcats is
Wow.
awesome.
You're going the opposite direction there.
Your mother
True.
say you ugly. Hey.
Right.
So that's not a fair comparison if you go in the opposite direction. And
I'm on a podcast where I can talk about
and
movies.
they did have interaction.
Well, sure they had it. Well, they had an interaction in this movie.
They went at least one scene together, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't like fucking,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
But they were like in the same shot.
All right, I want to start to wind this thing down. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss before we head to a verdict? Anything else that we left out? Anything you liked? Anything you hated?
No.
All right.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Michael Ravenshadow.
Well, there's one more thing I want to say that I liked about this film.
Why don't you talk about Ender's Game again?
Yes, I liked Harrison Ford's little fucking jumpsuit.
Harrison Ford?
Parasol Ford.
His jumpsuit?
Yeah, it was like a blue.
You're trying way too hard now.
I'm fucking. You
had
should try
Klaatu
harder.
Baratu, Nick Frost. You should just stop.
That's pretty fucking good, though, right?
You should have just hung your headphones up.
Yeah,
and
just walked out.
Because he ain't doing better than that one.
You should have went and smoked a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm out. We would have given that to you too.
Yeah,
That'd have been funny. That would have been funny. But no, Johnny. What I did like about this film was it starred my boy Finn Cole. He's my dude.
How's he your boy?
I went to high school together.
No, you didn't.
No, he's much younger than I am. But no, he's on a show I really dig a lot called Animal Kingdom on the TNT network, and you would like that, Aries.
Oh, I would not.
Yes, you would. Why?
Oh my God, I don't know her name, but the woman annoys
Ellen Barkin.
the fucking piss out of me.
Ellen Barkin.
I can't even watch the commercials.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, she's great.
He's also in Peaky Blinders. Apparently.
Yeah, which I really want. How old did this dude start acting? Because he's fucking young. But that's with Cillian Murphy, right?
Yeah. I'm
dying to check that out, which I will start from the beginning. I'm not going to watch that halfway through. But he's my boy. I didn't know he was a Brit either. Once again, they fucking make that shit up, dude. There is no British accent because he's fucking on this program on the TNT network. New episode starting May 28th. And that's right.
Hey, they're not giving us any money.
Well, they
so
might.
Cool it with the promos.
They could be one of the judges at the Scaricon, maybe. We're not sure. Anyway, I like him. Check it out.
He's 5'7" and 3/4. How you feel about that?
Taller. More, yeah, he's handsome too. But no, in terms of horror comedies, I mean, it's no Ghostbusters, right? It's no Shaun of the Dead. Not really Tremors. A little bit of
Are
Gravity.
you gonna name every fucking monster movie that is kind of a comedy?
I was till you stopped me. I was going there, Johnny. No, it was fine. Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my boy Craig, the one with the long brown hair. He's my dude right there.
What is Animal Kingdom? I've
It's a cool show. Basically, they're all family, and their mother Ellen. Buckle up, Aries. Ellen Barkin is like she's like a kind of crime boss, and she has all like different sons with all different men. So she's a bad girl, and little bad girl. And the family, the Codys, they commit crimes, but they're not entirely really good at it. So they kind of do some and they're in L.A. and they're awesome, and they'll do crimes with a little bit of Point Break kind of stuff involved.
They'll
they
do
surf.
crimes.
They surf and they
Would they
ride
commit
motorcycles.
crimes or do they do them?
No, they commit crimes and they have a little drug network, and there's and there's even some a lot of gay stuff too, which is nice. People seem to enjoy. It covers everybody. There's hot Spanish ladies. It's a very cool. It incorporates everybody.
Were you supposed to give a trick or a treat to this movie? I mean, what the hell happened?
Animal Kingdom's a fucking treat of the highest order, man.
No,
It's a
the
good
movie.
show.
The movie.
Oh, it's got the dude from Faculty. He's the brother. He plays Pope. He's the kid, the jock from the Faculty. I like that show.
The movie, Trick or Treat.
I like Faculty. Oh, it was a treat. No, I would say this is a tepid treat. I had fun. I enjoy it. I would throw it on the list of Fisher Price, my first horror.
MZ.
Sorry.
No, you're not sorry. Yeah, what I thought was going to be a very slow burn. I should have known if this is going to be the debut of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg's production company. I should have expected more, and I'm glad that I got it. I got tricked. I got taken, and for the better.
You got tricked into a treat?
I did get tricked into a treat, and this was a fun movie. It turns out I really enjoyed it. Just stick with it. It'll pay off. I promise you. Sorry, creepy girl. This was a fun movie. I really did enjoy a lot of the aspects of the film, and if I didn't know any better, I'd swear that the way this ended, even though it ended pretty solidly, it wouldn't surprise me if a sequel comes out. Because just by the way it ended...
Slaughterhouse rules.
Pardon part 2. Let's hope.
No,
huh?
just another Z at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
And it'll look like a 2.
There we go. You know what? They just might do that.
I hate it just by the title.
Yeah. So this was highly entertaining. I really enjoyed it. It surprised the hell out of me, and they did it again. Another good film. This is a treat.
Okay, Aries.
Oh God, this movie was barely entertaining. This was way longer than it needed to be.
But it was in your wheelhouse.
It was in my wheelhouse. I was 100% on board. I was so excited when you said this last week. I was like, yes, I can finally get to watch this movie. And oh my God, it just went on and on. And you know what? I got a little bit of Simon Pegg. I got a little bit of Nick Frost. I love those guys, but God damn it, this was Harry Potter and fighting a bunch of monster dogs. Like, I mean, there was. I'm way too old for this.
Wow.
This is just
too old for this shit.
This is just, you know what? This is a high school movie. They needed to cut out the gore to drop it down to a PG-13. I don't even know if it got an R, but this just needed to get dropped down a little bit and just, you know what? A couple more, relationships and everyone's good to go. This
what kind of relationship?
I don't even fucking care.
Like a really good Goosebumps episode.
Yeah, it's just a little more something, a little 90210 shit going on, and
well, there was a Roman orgy.
You watched way too much 90210 than I did.
Latin.
No, I didn't want Latin. Isn't that where's Latin? Where's that?
It was a Latin orgy.
Greek, right? Greece.
Yeah,
you said Roman.
It was Latin.
The Latin orgy was in Greece.
Because
we're on tour.
If you have the subtitles on, there's a little bit of Latin being spoken while shit's going down.
Well, they flat out called it a Latin orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They spoke Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and on the subtitles you find out what they say.
Ooh, rewatch.
So apparently, watch with the subtitles on if you're
That's
interested
right.
in what's being spoken at an orgy.
That's right.
Hey, that's my ass.
I mean, I'm not going to say stay away from this movie if you have the 2 hours to kill and you want to get a little Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, fix. Check it out. So this is almost a treat.
All right.
So it's a trick.
So barely a trick.
No. Oh, no.
Tepid
fuck
treat.
off. I don't care.
treat.
All right.
So what is it?
I gave my...
You said almost a treat,
Yeah.
which means it's
And that's for everyone else to figure out.
All right. There you go. All right. Creepy Girl says totally in sync with Aries, by the way.
There we
I
go.
don't know if that's a good thing.
All right, for me, this was a treat. I think it was an unexpected fun flick. I didn't really know based on, I hate to say it, but I had certain expectations based on the name. I thought it was just going to be really silly. Slaughterhouse Rules,
Right.
I don't know. I just felt it was going to be really silly, and it actually delivered a little bit more than I expected. So maybe my lowered expectations helped in this case. But there wasn't much depth to it, but it certainly wasn't needed. I think there was some fun performances. There's some decent humor, some good gore, monster effects. I think the moral of the story is when we put aside our differences and work together, we can overcome insurmountable odds. Right, Raven Shadow?
Yes, 110%.
You should write fortune cookies. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, we had some of the geeks. We had the popular kids. We had the cast outs or whatever. It was like a good adventuring party of all the different groups for the
team
most
unity.
part. Yeah, and if obviously if they hadn't worked together, they would have been fucking dead. But I just think that was sort of an underlying message, and it wasn't like ham-fisted or like holding your hand, but it just was. I just thought it was a nice little moral of the story is, if different people from different walks of life can figure out a way to work together, we can overcome things,
Stop the monsters.
Stop the monsters. That's it. So I just thought that was a nice little thing. It wrapped it up in a nice little bow. Like I said, I didn't have high expectations. This isn't going to blow anyone away, but I thought it was a fun movie, and it had and things, as MZ said, it really ratcheted things up, and I thought that the third act was good, and it had a lot of good gore and monster stuff. So yeah, it's not for everyone, but I think that people will have fun with this. If you want something, it's just kind of a kind of like just a fun, mindless movie. Check out Slaughterhouse Rules.
You know what I just noticed? I'm looking at the poster, and Margot Robbie's name is nowhere to be found. So something tells me that she might have been.
Well, no, that would be false. That there would be a huge uproar if her name appeared on the poster,
or if she even appeared in the front of the poster. You know,
I mean that to put her in IMDb is one thing. To put her on the poster or put her name on a poster, completely different thing.
And on IMDb, you can get away with it because you can have like the highest ranking star listed first. You can list it in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, some movies have it as order of appearance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some
Whereas
have
an extra is the first name.
Some have it alphabetically, so you can list it.
No, I just thought it was kind of odd, but I get it.
All right, so next week,
frack,
frickin' frack over here. Next week we are gonna do. I'm sorry, Aries. Subtitles.
Are you on commission? Is that what's going on?
No. But this movie looks really cool. It's been getting a lot of buzz, and I know that our buddy Professor J is having a screening at his Back Alley film series. And the name of the film is Aniara, and it is a rated R drama sci-fi film. But it doesn't list horror. I did see the trailer earlier today, and it looks like there's could be a good element of horror included.
Here we go.
The synopsis: a spaceship carrying settlers to Mars is knocked off course, causing the consumption-obsessed passengers to consider their place in the universe.
Oh, I bet they eat each other. I smell cannibalism.
So I think it's a Swedish film.
Oh, you are the further.
Barker, barker, barker.
Bark.
It is directed by Pella Kagerman, I believe is how you say that. And we'll be checking that out. And it is available right now on all VOD platforms. I even saw that it's available on YouTube. So if you want, you go to YouTube. It's like $6.99, I think. So you can basically get it on any VOD platform. This is available now. It's called Aniara. It's Aniara. Aniara. And we'll be checking that out for next week. And then I have
No, MZ, write that shit down. What?
The name of the movie?
Name of the movie. Write it down right
Aniara.
now. Don't play games, because come next Monday, you can be, what's the movie?
There's some really cool posters by it. It's put up by Magnet Releasing. We've actually done some stuff for Magnet, but they have some really cool posters. Yeah. So looks like it could be a cool kind of imaginative film. Or a piece of dung. Ray Raven Shadow?
Could be. Shiza Soze.
Shiza. You're on a roll. Like, just fucking get up and leave.
Yeah. This is good.
All right, so we are going to head to a break. We'll be back. We got a couple voicemail. We'll wrap things up with a tight little bow. MZ, how long until we're back?
2 and 2.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
I'm Alex West. And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Hello. This is the Sasquatch, a.k.a. Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and paranormalpunches.com.
Hey there, this is R.A. Salvatore, call me Bob, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Take his chair again? No.
Oh, come on. We don't want to go through this again.
Nah.
He's going to be looking for it this time.
No, he won't. He'll forget. All right, well, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Trying some new stuff with some music. This is some stuff that I wrote a while ago.
Yeah.
Just simple. I was going to use it in between for other podcasts, but I never ended up using it. So we're back. We're going to wrap things up.
It's got a rhythm, man.
In a tight little bow. Let's see. Creepy Girl asks, have any of you seen Incident in Ghostland yet? Nope.
No, I haven't.
Creepy Girl says, I wish I could pick a movie to watch. So many good ones you're missing. We do, actually. How funny you mentioned that on Patreon. It is in one of the higher tiers, so I apologize for everyone who can't afford it. But it is available on Patreon. You can pick a show, and you can even come on the show and talk with us. Marion says, yes, have a listener's choice. Last time we did that, I don't know if you were here. I think you were here, Aries. Yeah, no, you were here.
What was it? I don't remember.
It was, we ended up doing Demon Warp.
Oh, that was the one where we all picked a movie. And then
yeah.
Now,
yeah, that didn't end well,
no.
but I wouldn't be opposed to doing that again.
It did not end well.
I remember that.
Creepy Girl says, house that Jack built. And Marion says, I was going to say, I like the new music. Thank you, Marion. Maybe I'll write some more. I just don't have the time right now. So I do want to do more stuff and just kind of play it as background and whatever. So I appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll do something like that. But I wanted to put it in the Patreon to make it available for people who want to. They can program, like you can program a whole show and you can come on with us if you buy into the right tier. So,
well, it might not be a bad idea that we all pick a movie and then whoever is in the Patreon gets to vote.
Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. So maybe what we'll do is we'll maybe I'll tell you what. If we hit our next goal, which we're 75% to, if we hit that by the end of May, in June we will do a listener's choice. Now maybe we'll do it the week of our birthday, MZ, or something. Seems appropriate, right? Maybe do a listener's choice.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. If we hit the next tier on Patreon by the end of May, we'll do a listener's choice in June. So anyone out there listening, there you go.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. All right. So we have a couple voicemail, and let's see. What do we got? Okay, we got. Let's kick one off. This is from our boy, Evil Corny.
Hey guys, this is Evil Corny. How the frack are y'all? Last night I sat down and watched Slaughterhouse Rulez. Really enjoyed the film. I thought it started off kind of slow, but I really had fun watching it and everything, so I think it's a treat. Y'all have a good one. Evil Corny out. What up, Wolfie?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not butlering for Raven Shadow anymore. You know, getting the pizza and such. You all have a good one.
Listen, Corny.
That was a fracking good email, Corny, or a voicemail. I mean,
You know what? You weren't sitting down. You didn't have your headphones on. You can't say anything.
Yep. You had your
All
chance.
right, John
and you blew it.
Cusack.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he said fuck Raven Shadow, and he's glad that.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Fuck Raven
Yeah, I
Shadow.
hear that.
So,
And I
so
that
zip
was
it.
actually us saying that.
So shut your dick hole.
Maybe your method of communication is different than mine.
If you could talk out of that.
Hey guys, hello Brian, how are you?
Feed me.
Feed me.
I'm gonna throw up.
Jesus Christ. Oh
man. So we appreciate that, Corny. Always love hearing from you, buddy.
Be nicer next time, though, Dora.
What are you talking about?
Real nice.
Be nice. He was nice.
He was very nice.
He was very nice to us.
We enjoyed his conversation.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you were here,
I was here.
maybe you would have enjoyed it too.
Take a bunch of my water. I heard him. I heard.
You didn't hear it. You weren't in the room when he was talking.
Listen.
You heard the last 10 seconds of his conversation.
My super hearing is amazing. And
Piss poor.
No, I heard him say "fuck Raven Shadow." And he's glad that Wolfie wasn't being my manservant.
What did he say about me?
He said you could really work on your kindness too, and you could really you could do things better. Is what he's trying to say.
Aries does things pretty well.
Yeah, well, he could try harder. That's what Corny says.
Corny didn't say that.
I'm gonna speak for Corny right now.
No.
He likes me very much.
Creepy Girl wants to know when our birthdays are, and MZ, when's yours?
My birthday is June 14th.
And mine's June 15th.
Oh.
How about that? 1 day apart.
Yep.
Well, in a few years.
Yeah. 5 years in 1 day.
So that is, let's see. Well, yeah, the Wednesdays in June are the 12th and the 19th. So I don't know what's better to do before or after. What do you think?
Either or.
I guess the 12th is closer because then the episode drops on podcast feeds on your birthday. So maybe we'll do the 12th.
All right, so the 12th?
Yeah.
All right, sure.
So do a little celebration.
Sure.
So if we hit the goal on Patreon, we'll do a listener's choice that week.
That'll give a little fuck.
What?
What?
What did you say?
Did you say we're gonna get a little fuck?
We're gonna get a little fuck? What?
We hit by a dart.
I said I don't.
Are we gonna make fuck too? What the?
I said I don't give. I said I don't give a little fuck.
We're gonna get a little
Do
fuck.
a
is
little
what you
dance.
said.
Give a little fuck. Gonna get down tonight.
Then I get a little fuck.
I'm gonna get a little fuck. See you guys later. Wow. Fence the call from Usual Suspects.
All right. Well, we got another voicemail. This one is from Raven Shadow. Someone you did team up with recently.
Oh.
That'd be JB.
Oh, my boy.
Hey guys, it's JB here, and I was able to finally fit in an extra movie to be able to call in and talk to you guys. So I fit in the Slaughterhouse Rulez movie. I personally thought it was a lot of fun. It could have had more Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it, at least for me personally. It was clearly a little bit more based off of these kids, which really isn't too much my thing personally, especially the rich kids at a boarding school type thing, and all those kids are pretty much fucking assholes. Is what it is type thing, but it was cool. It was a blast. I liked the creature design. It kind of reminded me of like a giant dog mixed with some weird fucked up mole type thing.
Yeah,
very different, but enjoyable. I will say that I really went into this movie thinking that it was going to be a little bit more comedic, just having Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it. But, I guess if I wanted more comedy, I would have made the movie. Anyways, I'd say it was a treat. And I want to say thank you to Michael Ravenshadow for finally sending me my 8x10, which I should be receiving here tomorrow.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
And I'd like to let Johnny Wolfenstein know that I still really, really hope that you guys are somehow able to fit in Journey to the West 2.
Oh, yeah. Listener pick.
Eventually, maybe one of these days, that would be fucking amazing. I still want to hear your guys' opinions on that film. But anyways, you guys have a great night, and I can't wait to listen to the next episode.
Thanks, JB.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I actually do still have Journey to the West 2 on the list. It's a growing list that we try to do all the new movies that come out. Sometimes we get screeners. Sometimes we want to hit something that as soon as it comes out. So unfortunately, it's on the back burner. But that might be a good one for listener pick if we hit our goal. So
hit your wallets.
Hint, hint.
But we appreciate it, JB. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good to hear from
That
you,
dude's
bud.
fucking awesome.
And everyone should check out his show, Tales from the Podcast.
Yeah.
So give it a listen if you're into Tales from the Crypt. And, who isn't really, right?
Yeah, seriously. It's a fucking good program.
It is a good program. Good program.
Yeah. I got some Tales from the Crypt movies coming my way.
Oh, yeah? What do you mean?
The Demon Knight and the Bordello of Blood.
What do you mean coming your way?
From Shot Factory?
No, he doesn't know how to fucking do that.
No, I didn't order it, but I know it's being ordered from the mail.
From the mail? From the mail? Like some dude?
Yeah.
Like just a random dude? The mail? What are you calling
some
them now?
mail dude, yeah. He's got a penis.
M-A-L-E. The mail.
The mail.
Teach me how to learn.
Teach me how to learn, Johnny.
While I was watching this, I that line that you said just went into my brain. Teach me how to learn, and then I just face palm. I'm just like, give me a goddamn break.
You're welcome. That's that's some fucking content.
No, it's not a good thing.
It's a good thing.
That needs to be on a T-shirt.
Speaking of T-shirts, I'm curious what if we were to get some merch, if we were to do something, what would folks like to see? Not necessarily mentioning to you guys, but listeners.
No.
Well, if you guys have thoughts, please, but
I think teach me how to learn.
Teach me how to learn.
T-shirts are tough because then you have to pay a lot up front and then you have to stock them, and then money just sits around dead until people buy it, So that's a tough one, especially now with the Patreon just getting up and running.
Right.
If the Patreon starts to do well, maybe we could do that. But I'm thinking would people want stickers? Would people want coasters? Is that a thing? Like people?
You said that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that big of an idea. Like, I think there are people who collect coasters, but I don't think it's
shot glasses.
Well, not to collect, but to have. You're gonna have. You have it with
actually use.
Yeah, use.
That's
magnets.
That's what I was thinking, because a coaster, if you actually do end up using it, you always are looking at Trick or Treat Radio. You're always looking at it.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between the disposable coasters and the reusable ones.
Right. These ones are the ones I was looking at are supposedly like a light cork, so that they won't be
they're
like
reusable.
3 uses and done. Yeah. Apparently they're reusable.
Yeah. I got
So I don't know if people have thoughts. You can let us know on the Facebook group or even just send us a voicemail or an email. I'd be curious to see if and maybe people don't even give a fuck. I don't know, like
condoms. Can you picture?
Do you want Raven Shadow's face? Do you want it to say Bombaleo on the side of the condom?
With him, it would just be bomb.
Bombaleo.
It would be yo.
Yo.
It would be yo.
Yeah, with Raven Shadow's face on the tip.
Going in full throttle.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be getting very far because I think you'd be flaccid in a moment.
Wait, what?
If I looked down and saw your face,
you'd be like,
No,
hey,
no,
it's my
no.
friend. We're having a team up.
We're having a team.
It's like me and you, buddy.
You know what? Next time you're about to have sex, picture the three of us.
And that's a fucking
yeah.
All right, it depends what we're doing.
In fact,
I don't care what you
problems,
just...
I'll be there.
That'd be weird. That'd be weird. Yeah.
Yes, it would be.
Yes, exactly.
That's for me, but you guys would be into that. No, it's fun. No, I wouldn't mind having, I don't know if your face, but maybe like your symbol.
Your symbol?
I don't have a symbol.
What is Aries' symbol?
My symbol is my face, my giant beard.
I think just the beard.
Just the beard.
Yeah, just like a.
So it'd be a hairy condom?
Can you draw that?
Yeah,
I draw that, Raven Shadow. Be a hairy condom is what you're saying. Is that?
Yeah, no, normally
that might be a little weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, now that's a shirt. Now there's a shirt idea. just like an outline of Aries' face, but just a head with a big ass beard. And
What? Just the
and one of
beard
hat.
coming from the collar?
I was about to say I'd wear that, but you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah, we'd have to make it accurate and make sure we get the right length.
I love how Raven Shadow just looked up at me to draw this. Do you need to see? Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop
my
fucking
good side.
moving. Stop fucking
Wait,
moving.
No, from a good side. Go ahead.
Do people like pins? I don't know. Do you guys like pins? Like,
Well, the acrylic pins are real hot right now.
well, those are also more expensive.
Yeah, slow it down.
People collect pins.
I usually put pins in my bag. I don't know if people are into that, but maybe start small and then we'll go up. See what else we can do.
Well, see, I just like the idea of stickers because we can just slap them anywhere.
Or bumper stickers. Or window decals.
This isn't the 80s.
Yeah,
Why do you keep on
no
saying
one
bumper
used
stickers?
bumper stickers.
Huh?
Who puts bumper stickers on the car now? Do you have any on your car?
Well, no, it's still a thing. I mean, the kids do.
When was the last time you saw a bumper sticker?
You hardly see them.
I know. I see them all the time.
I see them all the time. I see Bernie 2016.
Yeah, it worked out real well for him, didn't it? Lesser of two evils, guys. He's not my candidate. Good fucking call. Fucking panda. Where the fuck the thing that fucking died. But no. At the comic shop, this fucking every fucking car has fucking bumper stickers on. The kids today.
A bumper sticker or a sticker on the bumper?
What the fuck?
Corny,
really?
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
A sticker or a bumper sticker?
Do you not understand what a bumper sticker is? Like giant.
See?
Whoa!
Yeah. That's nice, huh? Real nice.
Aries almost knocked over a monitor.
What's the fuck? Creepy girl, you're from Florida. Listen, I'm talking to you, darling. What?
Florida, the bumper sticker capital.
It is. Yeah, Tallahassee invented bumper stickers.
A bumper sticker is rectangular, about so long. Okay, a sticker on a bumper is any sticker on a bumper.
You fucking.
Marion says, "I like the sticker idea."
See.
Let me show you what I was thinking. I'll show you guys in here. No one else can see, but so here they're die cut stickers. Was there a picture? No. Okay, guess not. Maybe if I click this, you can see. No. Okay, guess I can't see.
Bush sprout.
But here's
Sticker mules. We can make it happen.
Sticker mule. See these here? What are you guys showing?
These are bumper stickers.
Would you look up?
I got a bumper sticker for you.
Yeah, look up. Oh.
Those are bumper stickers.
Yes, they are. There you go, Aries. This is what it would look like.
This is good.
What is that?
What am I looking at?
It looks like Aries' head looks like an ass.
Is that my belly button? What the fuck
It's
is
your beard
that?
on a condom.
My beard on a condom.
Aries' head looks like an ass.
Raven J, eat your heart out. I'm going to show this on camera.
That's the Aries condom. That's the furry for her pleasure.
I don't think
that's a dick.
Jesus
He
Christ.
said it's a condom. Look at the tip.
No, I didn't. I thought it was. It looked like an ass.
Look at the veins.
MC, just picture it smaller.
Yeah. Get the poster board.
Take a picture of this.
Wow. Uncircumcised and everything.
It's a very tight. Well, it's not saying it's Aries' brajol. I'm just saying it's how Aries' beard would look on a brajol. It's like his dick is undercover. Like his dick's in witness protection.
They should be wearing glasses.
Wow.
Yep. 42 years old.
I'd like to change my vote. I think I'm on board with the condoms now.
So can you guys see these stickers here? See how it's just like.
I hope that's not going to be real hair.
Jesus. You see how this is just like the actual logo? Like it's not like a round. It's not square. It's cut to the size of the logo.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, I don't know the exact texture of that, but I have some. You've seen that probably, Aries, at my house. I have a little Red Sox, bar, like
those could work.
Like cork.
Yeah.
Things, and Don't spill shit on them. Don't be fucking savages.
I think those are stickers.
Fuck, don't put them on your bumper. Don't fucking do that. Fucking bumper Nazi will come fucking.
Fuck. Those magnets.
Means you're going to have a discussion in the parking lot. It's going to involve me showing you everyone's bumper real close.
Ooh. Let's keep the show going, John. Let's go a 6-hour show.
A little pee hole at the top.
Little pee hole.
You can take that home. That's yours.
It's the next tattoo.
You better not use up too many of these. You still need enough to do your top 13 list for the end of the year.
Yeah, top 13 condom ideas. You're going to kill him.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Please tell me you're going to use real hair on that condom.
Oh, you're going to have to, yeah.
Real hair.
Yeah.
Or he's going to use Dynamo's hair when he cut it off.
Oh, man, go to your car.
Let's go get that hair out of your old car.
It's pretty good on your phone, Johnny.
We're trying to edit it right here.
Oh, hello, guys. How are you? I couldn't draw the hat, so I figured I'd draw the tip.
Just the tip?
Just the tip, baby.
It should have a pair of sunglasses, though.
That'd be ridiculous, sir.
Ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
Oh.
You can't put sunglasses on a condom,
There you go.
sir.
All right, I got a nice picture of it. Creepy Girl says, oops, missed it. Bumper stickers for Trick or Treat Radio? Heck yeah, free advertisement for your show.
Thank you, Creepy Girl.
Yeah.
By the way, these coasters, it says, create custom circle coasters in full color to surprise and delight customers and friends, made with a thick premium coaster board and UV ink that is built to last.
I like the circle, because you can even put anywhere where you can find us and shit around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if I have how much time I have to do stuff, but we'll see if we can get some stuff for ScareCon. So
yeah,
and also I want to get some stuff for the prize box that we're gonna do. So yeah, all right. Well, that is it for voicemail. We appreciate you guys leaving some. And Raven Chell's going to go work on his top 13 condom ideas for next week. He's going to do some flashbacks about them.
Oh, man. I hate those fucking things, man. They suck so much.
Condoms?
Yeah.
Be a fucking man.
No, it's fine. It's not things you don't like, but they're like, fuck.
Get snipped.
I don't want that either, less.
Why?
I don't want to do that.
It's reversible if you ever decide you want to have little
I don't know, man. It's kind of like, I know Superman got his powers back once, but he can't go to the well all the fucking time.
You want kids now.
No, I don't.
So
no, I don't.
Get it done.
But what if, it might be, it's just like me.
It's very non-invasive.
And last man on the planet, and I have to repopulate.
Then you get it.
Yeah,
you get it reversed.
But what if all the doctors are dead?
Jesus,
then you're
imagine
fucked.
if I got snipped. God damn.
If all the doctors are dead, then everyone's dead.
Yeah, then you're fucked.
Nah,
so
never go to medical school.
You can shoot in blanks all you want.
Oh, skeet.
Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich.
And if we're getting to that point where there's legitimately one man left on the earth,
we are fucked if you're it.
Regardless of whether it's you or not, we're fucked.
I'm gonna bring it back.
If it's you, we're fucked.
Yeah, I'd be like,
can you imagine you repopulating the world?
All right, guys, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Baba Leo.
Mama. Oh, look at the little baby Leo.
Oh man. The heart is willing, but the flesh is weak. It's just
Baby Leo.
Baby Leo. That's not good.
All right. Well, I think that is going to do it. Does anyone have anything else they want to say about
I'm
anything?
just exhausted now.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat too. I don't know why.
Laughed too hard today. I needed it.
All right. Well, let's go around the room and say our goodbyes. MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Rave Shadow.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Aries.
Goodbye.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. We appreciate you guys listening live. Everyone who sent in feedback, you guys are the fucking best. And also for everyone who's going to listen on Friday or whenever they hear this after it drops on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Satchel Podcast Player. Once again, if you guys have not done so, go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. And as I said earlier, if we meet our next goal, we're 75% to right now. If we meet the next goal before the end of May, we will do a listener pick. We'll do, have everyone will list some films, and then what we'll do is each one of us will pick one, we'll champion it, and then we'll put it to a vote. And hopefully it goes better than last time.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be for Patreon.
Right.
So for people who are in on the Patreon, get to contribute to that. So that's, figured it would just be a nice little bonus for the people who are on Patreon. So if you have not yet done so, go ahead, and you won't get charged till the first of the month. So if you're doing this in May, you won't get charged till June 1st. So go ahead and check out Patreon. We'd appreciate it. All the support we can get is very helpful and very appreciated. So, well, that is going to do it for this show, for episode 356 of Trick or Treat Radio. Next week, as I mentioned, we are going to be doing the sci-fi drama Swedish film Aniara. So you can check that out on VOD. It is available everywhere, including YouTube, if you want to rent it on YouTube. And from all of us here at Castle Wolfenstein and the world's dangerous...
Nice.
It's
the most
tired.
dangerous.
World's dangerous. World fucking
dangerous.